All right, we should be live on YouTube right now. Yeah. Was there more easy drama about Monado? No, the Monado shit is whatever. Nobody really cares about the Monado stuff unless you're like just a gooner, right? If you're a gooner, maybe you're a little upset, but other than that, okay. We'll give it a moment or two, and then after that, we'll get right into everything. So yeah. Yo, Scotty, what up? Whole cock, can't even fit. Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me test this real quick. Let me just make sure my YouTube chat comes up here. CH of 5, and does your girl have CH account? No, she doesn't have like a built. She doesn't have like a built like CN account. All right, perfect. My YouTube chat's coming up. Awesome. I need that Looper rerun. I would be soon. 75 is an oddly specific number. Shut up, Corinne. Shut up. Oh, okay. All right. Actually, let me change the YouTube title. More ZZZ HP inflation drama. Okay, let's include that in there. And then bam. All right, bam. All right, cool. Cool. Okay. Yeah, because this is probably gonna be a little bit of a longer segment because we have a couple things to go through. First Wizard of Poison when release all characters Gladiator Champions is less DPS than a clown. Wait, who's a clown? I think what was best if you ignore the end game. Well, then what do you do in Woo if there's no real combat to do? You know what I mean? Like, I play Wuthering Waves for the combat. The combat's amazing. Like I look at a game like I'm doing play Pokero, got you. Pick Mint, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'll go play Genshin for that. Right now I feel Woo was focusing on story since they're doing the main story quest every patch. No, they're definitely, it's a story game at the moment. Listen, it's fine to have down periods in a video game. I'm not even saying like that's a bad thing, but this is now the second patch without like no real genuine combat. Like, let's be honest, respectfully, the tower defense, it's cute. If you like it, I love that for you. But I'm not sitting down, you know, grinding out a tower defense mode. I'm just not, right? It's just not. I'm good, you know what I'm saying? Yo, it's good. Hell, what up, baby? Meanwhile, Virtual Crisis? Yeah, like, the difference between Genshin and Woo was because like when Genshin at that time it didn't provide anything for like 3 years, so people didn't have any hope. Wuthering Waves has provided multiple different forms of combat and content that has been very successful and well liked around the community, and then they've just removed it. Now will it come back again eventually, maybe in 3.0 or something? Look, I don't know, but look, if I bought my Augusta, I would like to play with my Augusta. I don't want to sit down and play a tower defense mod. I would like to just play with my Augusta. You know what I mean? I hope there are many combat events. I hope so too. The Genshin story was not that bad, actually. The Genshin story is pretty solid. The first hour is pretty rough, to be honest with you. I'm going to do a review. I want to finish at least Act 1 and do some local legends before I do a first impressions and then a review. But I'm actually very, very content. I mean, obviously, also Lavender, good morning. Stinky, how are you? May, good morning. May, I might have to borrow your CN account like 7 hours if you're cool with me doing your TOA. If you do, big thumbs up, and I appreciate you because I want to make a video on it. What's it called? Like, putting aside that the storytelling issues that Genshin has. Yo, what's good, Jet? What up, baby? What's going on, man? Good morning. You know, putting aside the storytelling issues, because there is some storytelling issues, like, absolutely, that have not been fixed. In some situations, it's definitely better. But as a whole, once you get past, like, that first hour, the dialogue is pretty good. There's a couple things I can nitpick, but overall, it feels like a Genshin Impact quest. Yo, what up, Tanaka? What up, baby? Yeah, the sibling arc was presented very well. Very, very well. May, I might need to borrow your account tonight since you're on the China server. China, you're on the China server, so we're gonna have to hop on your account. So, all right, let me get this glue up. We have Rezi's post. Let's I will go through a bunch of these as well. Show that I was disliked bomb on all these videos because you know that's funny, and then we'll go for there. Okay. Hold up. Plus 1,000 social credits? Absolutely. Dude, yo, bro. I got dislike mom on so many ZZZ videos. That's actually insane. Yo, what's good, brother? What's good, Silk? How are you, man? Ketty raid? Wait. Can you raid on... Oh. Wait, what the heck? Wait, are you able to raid on YouTube? Is that how that works? I'm dumb? Yo, what up? What up, boys? Welcome in, dog. Dab me the fuck up. Milk raid? I'm so confused. Milk? Was it Milk or Ketty? But yo, welcome in, boys. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. I appreciate the fuck out of you guys. I did not know you can get rated on YouTube. I didn't know how that works. Everyone's spamming Milk. You know what? I will take a sip of my coffee in solidarity. We're here to milk you. Oh, wait, yo, chill. Wait, like that though? Like that? Wait, like that? Like that? Yo, I appreciate you boys. Welcome in, guys. Dap me up. Whoever's having an amazing day today. Milk on your face. I mean, hey, you know, like, I'll do anything for a calm $100. I'll just keep it a stack. Keddy's the milkman. Oh, because there's like a Genshin streamer named Milk as well. But I hope Keddy's doing good. We're going to go over that stuff. But I appreciate you. W Keddy, by the way. We're going to get some W's in the chat for Keddy. You can't rate on YouTube. Not really. Keddy just shared a link. Oh, okay. Well, W Keddy, bro. Keddy's a good dude. I actually... I have Average Luck Gamers Discord. I don't have Keddy's though. I would definitely love to reach out. I'm milking? Yo. I mean, like, look, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. You're not the first person to tell me that today, son. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I appreciate you boys. Thank you guys. Welcome and hope everyone's having an amazing day. Yeah, we're just gonna go over a couple things from yesterday because I think it's important to have these discussions. Again, this is no disrespect to EO. I love Josh. I roomed with Josh at TwitchCon. I think Average Luck Gamer is a fucking saint. If you want me to be very transparent with you, I love that guy. I got no beef with anyone. However, there's a lot of things that I think we should discuss because this happened to me when I played, when I you know, did Genshin Impact stuff, and I was fucking calling out Genshin Impact things. I mean, it just happened recently. Yo, Keddy, I appreciate the fuck out of you, dog. Thank you, my goat. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That's a lot you can rate on YouTube. You just don't have the option turned on, so I had to use a link. Oh, shit. Yo, Keddy, PM me, brother. Tell me how to turn that shit on. But I appreciate the fuck out of you, brother. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Bro, you're up mad early. Son. But, yo, W's in the chat for Keddy. My Twitch chat. Everyone go follow Keddy the 7th. Good fucking dude. Very much appreciate you, my goat. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Get some milk in chat. Yes, sir. But, yeah, I appreciate you, boys. Thank you. We're going to get into it in, like, 2 seconds. Let me just turn down my music. Because I got Claire Obscure music. Bro ain't sleep. Bro's gotta get... He didn't sleep. My guy has not slept yet. Brother. God damn it. You gotta get some rest, my goat. Get some rest. But I appreciate the fuck out of you. Thank you. There's something about... Dude, the only thing I hate about streaming on YouTube is, like, I can't play my normal music. But it is what it is. Okay. So, let me go pee. Let me pee. And I will be right back. And then, because we are going to go through this whole fucking thing. I want to go through this whole fucking thing. And then I want to get my honest thoughts. And yeah. And then we're going to break this whole thing down. Let me put pants on. He's streaming for 11 hours fixing accounts. Jesus Christ, bro. The dedication's actually insane. Holy fuck. But yeah, I appreciate the fuck out of you boys. Guys, give me 2 seconds. I just had to put pants on. Don't worry. All right, hold up.
S'élève, seul, sans détour, songe, sans retour, lumière, s'éteint. Les pétales d'iris envahissent les rues du jour déclinant, nuées complices du clair-obscur vacillant, nuances de chagrin, ils dansent autour des heures littorales, éclipse, florale, lumière s'éteint, variation dans l'air, vapeur de nos chairs, respiration amère, lumière s'éteint.
All right, we're back. All right, let's get into this shit. There was a tweet that I can't find from earlier in this year. Actually, I might be able to find it real quick. There's one tweet I want to reference because this I go back to this tweet a lot because this tweet is what really got me tilted. Fuck, hold on. I think it's in this VOD. And again, I got nothing against any of these people that we're about to talk about. Because I think they're all good human beings. I think this is the tweet. Wait. Okay. Oh, nope. I gotta go back. Zenless HP inflation isn't the problem. You just suck at the game. This has been the big motto for a long time. All right, so let's get into this VOD. Where is Average Luck Gamers VOD? Right here. Bam. Okay. What is the piss? Listen, man. You know. All right, boys. By the way, top of the morning, you always good trigger. Guys, before I get into anything, go follow Average Luck Gamer. Go follow Go follow EO. Go follow Abstract Gamer, Keddy. I think they got Nix in the call at some point. They got Jason. Go follow all those people. But I want to make sure I link the initial live stream. I want you guys to go. Let me link it on Twitch as well, and go support the homie. So what up? What up, Dizzy? What up, baby? Pretty much to set the stage, Average Luck Gamer dropped a very good video, and I mean this genuinely. I'm not saying this because, look, I got no reason to lie to you, right? Average Luck Gamer dropped a 5-minute video, and I mean this wholeheartedly. This was the easiest video to decipher of all time. And the reason why that's very important is because, again, I got respect for Joshua. I fucks with Joshua. I fucks with EO. Everyone. Joshua made a react, and the react had a negative reception. And to be honest with you, the react felt a little stinky. It did. It felt a little disingenuous, and let's pick at every single point and kind of misrepresent it. And it was a little unfortunate, right? No disrespect, but I didn't think EO and Josh listened to ALG. Well, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to the actual conversation as well. But so it's important to understand that the context of this video was just super simple. The game is still playable. He's not doom posting the game. He is very concerned about the future of the game and the fact that the game is lacking the, again, please correct me if I'm misrepresenting this, the game is lacking the creative freedom to not use specific units for the end game. It was pretty simple. It was absolutely pretty simple. And so when I was watching, we're not going to watch the Joshua part reaction. If you want to go watch that independently, you can. He didn't react to the whole Joshua stuff. But I'm sitting there and I was like, okay, like this is a little crazy. So they decide to get into a call. I want to go over this call. I think this call is very important. The reason why I think this call is very important is because when people speak out about gacha games, primarily Hoyo games, I'm just going to be honest with you. But I've been on the receiving end of Woo stuff as well. But I've been on the receiving end of Hoyo hate and brigading tons of times, and he's not getting that, at least to my understanding, which is very good. And I want to support this dude because he's literally doing the right thing. So we're going to break down this call, and Jay Stern gets in at the end, and Jay Stern literally is like, yeah, no, I just don't agree with like some of the stuff they're saying. There was Hoyo hate, not from Average Luck Gamer. Not from Average Luck Gamer. Oh, you're being sarcastic. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see.
Josh hasn't responded.
So let's get into this.
You're letting
Jay Stern have a really good point at the end. You know what? I think what we should do is let me pull up this Jay Stern point. I actually think to top off the beginning of the conversation, I think this would be the best way to do it. It was about, I don't know, I think it was like 2 minutes into this. Let me see. Hold on.
There's a lot of literal legwork that you need to do.
Hold up.
Yep.
But
it's a big game. And that was during Fontaine, or the start of Fontaine.
I think it was here. Yo, Silk, have a good night, brother.
What you doing now?
He literally addressed EO's point.
I think me and EO can holistically agree, like, that is where the fun in the game is. Learning, improving.
Where is it?
Somewhat devoid. I mean, granted, the numbers are a reflection of, your growth, but also there is a,
I should have got the exact timestamp, but it's all good.
Like I'm progressing, right? Even sometimes, like, let's say you're playing Hades or let's say you're playing Hollow Knight. Sometimes, you go into a stage, you might have beat it, you do it 10 more times, and you do even worse, and you're like, ah, man, like, but that's all, the process of growing.
But yeah, I'll state it again. The reason I wanted you guys to check this out is because this account has good builds. It can be driven by good players. It is a struggle because we just don't have the exact right characters.
Context. Jay Stern's been doing a new account since the second half of 1.7. And so Jay Stern is trying to show Joshua and EO that it is not directly a skill issue and it is not directly a build issue. That could absolutely play a part in it, but he is showing them they're trying DA, and to my understanding, they were very close to getting 20,000, but didn't get the 20,000. So he's trying to show, hey, listen, like legitimately, when we keep saying this is a skill issue and that it's a build issue, the build is only X amount % better. It's a character acquisition issue, and if you don't have the character, you're cooked. Why is the guy on the bottom left so handsome?
And that's the part that people miss.
Okay.
Yes.
Is this it?
And people try to dismiss, because that's not fair.
Yes. But here's the thing: we're not invalidating that. We're not saying if you don't have good players, then you're either lesser or whatever term you want to use.
This is all what the account has. This is all the account has.
Right, chat? That's not what we're saying. Or at least me and Io when we were making the argument. That's not what we were saying in terms of like
Hold on.
you potentially not having the build, not having the character, not having the skill. Right?
But the argument is being framed as, okay, I don't have this character. Or one side
What do I do?
like, one side is saying like, I don't have this character, so I feel like I should still be able to clear this if I don't have this character. And the other side is saying, you have options. When in reality,
I think people need to acknowledge those options are not easy.
they're not.
Yeah, Jason says it at some point. I'll see if I can find the exact time frame. That's like, if for Wuwa terms, if I could solo every boss with Donjon and then someone complains there's a new TOA coming out tonight in 7 hours, if the new TOA is horrendously horrible and it's bad, but I could solo it, I could be like, it's whatever, it don't matter. Like, you have the option, you could do it, you just got to get good. I'm a person who plays the game almost every single day, 24/7, very skilled at the video game. I cannot expect someone to solo the game with a Donjon or use a random character like a Yang Yang or a really shitty team. So I can't expect someone to use a Billy team. So I just don't. I hated that argument. I'm very happy that Jay Stern brought this up. I think it's here. I think it's around 808.
I wonder why I give him shit.
Wait. Oh, here we go. Wait.
Okay, there's clearly something that I...
Right here, right here, right here, right here.
Player base.
I want to make, it's not about me being right. I don't give a fuck about being right. You got to understand, I want all these games to be good. The better each gacha game is, the better it is for the space. As much as I love Wuthering Waves, that game is fucking dog shit right now to me. The game is not fun. I've been playing World of Warcraft on stream. Wuthering Waves, if it has a good patch, it can't fucking carry the whole gacha space. You know what I mean? I just want all of the games to be good, so I think it's good to have an open dialogue about what's happening right now. And what I saw yesterday really frustrated me. And we're gonna get to the actual part, but I want to get this for the video. I want to open up with Jay Stern's comments directly to EO off rip. I think this is very fucking important because many people have been saying this about all the games. I say this about Genshin. I say this about WoW. I say this about ZZZ. I say this about HSR.
Self to be better than most of the player base.
Right here. Hold on.
And coming from, you know, in the defense of EO, I think what
And
we
you
need
are
more
someone
is,
who is, as a content creator, you're playing the game professionally. You should expect yourself to be better than most of the player base.
Wait. I should have got the exact time frame. This is my fault.
Understand.
This is my bad, boys. Hold up.
Gosh.
Yeah, so he almost got
Why not?
20,000.
Don't worry about it.
I know I gotta be the best of the best.
I want to know the info.
But yeah, I hope that helps you understand a little bit of the player perspective. It's not necessarily about how good your builds are. It's literally about having the right characters.
Okay, yeah, right here on.
oh, there it is. Yeah, just
And you don't have the wishes to get everyone. That's what I wanted you to understand.
All right, bam.
Well, I mean, I never said like you would have the wishes to get everybody.
Well, you said it's a build issue. And
Yes.
you got enough wishes. These are what you said. And I wanted you to understand that's not really true.
that's fair. No, because like, and coming from, you know, in the defense of EO,
All right, now I'll let him play.
I
from
think what
And
we
you
need
are
more
someone
is-
who is, as a content creator, you're playing the game professionally. You should expect yourself to be better than most of the player base.
here. Just pull better? Yeah, no. You
So where does that leave everyone else?
And the Get Better Club?
Here we go.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
when
buddy.
he asked me the question, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
buddy.
I just want to let this play before we break down the call. I just want you guys to hear this.
Sorry, hold on, guys.
Okay, there's clearly something that I didn't answer right. Like, what do y'all mean?
Okay, buddy.
I'm just letting this play out.
Y'all wonder why I give him shit?
And
Bro,
please
you
don't
can't
hate
even
on EO in
20k on this
chat.
Hugo team.
Bro, I'm gonna learn it. Okay.
Get your mans. I do not claim him. I should shoot you for that.
I could technically do this, with the exception of I do have M1 Hugo, so
They're not in
I guess
the
I
call.
can.
I can do it, I can
I'm
do
not
this.
in the call. All right, you pretty much get the point of it, right? You get the gist. He's pretty much saying in which this account started from 1.7 second half. They had Hugo. He's struggling to get a 20K fucking clear. And Jason, who is a legitimate theory crafter, who is a fucking master at the game, the guy's a professional at this in Genshin Impact, is saying it is not simply a build. It is not simply a be better type of scenario, right? I just wanted people to hear that portion before we go into this call. Because again, this guy, Average Luck Gamer, gains nothing. He gains nothing from fucking out here and being outspoken about the video game. And which is why I think this is very commendable and I respect him a fuck ton. A fuck ton. Because I've been on the receiving end of weird shit like this, and thankfully I have not seen people attack him. I also want to make this clear, please don't attack other creators in my chat as we go through this call, but this is very important to break down.
I'm gonna boot up the game, boys.
All right, hold on. Let's see. No call start.
If you want to bring him in now, I don't mind.
All right,
We
man.
can bring him
Can I
in.
attack Ethan? Yeah, you can attack me. Absolutely. You can attack me. All right, so the call starts around here.
Hang on.
He gains a better game? No, and I'll explain why in a moment, because there was a point that EO made that I kind of just rage quit, and then I stopped watching. This number, he has a numbers guy for years. He doesn't base off fields crafting a lot. Yeah, I know, exactly.
I have arrived. What's up?
All right, there's
How's
Kenny.
it going, man? How are you?
Oh, hey, Kenny.
Good, brother. How about you, man?
Thanks,
Yeah,
Stinky.
I feel like that
Okay.
react kept going more and more off the rails, if I'm totally honest.
Again, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That react was super disingenuous. I fucked with Josh heavily. That just felt like a way to kind of defend the game. If you want me to be frank, and I'm saying this respectfully, and I'm giving the most benefit of the doubt, it really felt like, how can I defend the game here, as opposed to just trying to be open for a conversation. Which Josh came into this call, then open for a convo, but the react vid itself felt a little shitty. You know. So let's see.
My God.
Maybe I missed the point of what Josh was trying to say.
Okay.
Like, just to be completely honest and open about that.
And here's the thing, you pointed me out, right? Like I missed a lot of some of the
Okay.
conclusions that you were going to make, right?
Okay, sure.
Because I was trying to like push some other things, right? 100%. All right, before we begin, a lot of y'all in chat, and I'm closing chat for this one because
He's selling challenge.
I just want to fun war and drama stuff,
or
fun arguments and that to kind of work these issues out.
Though,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
okay, here you go.
Let's talk about some of the points that you were brought up, like the HP inflation stuff like that. We'll get into that a little bit. And to be honest, I at the end of the day didn't want to necessarily tackle everything together here right and now, just because a lot of we did go off the rails a lot, even with my video and then your reaction just now. Like we have a lot of stuff to talk about, way too much.
I guess that to me is like the first portion where like I'm gonna be super critical here, but it is what it is. If someone makes a video calling out the game and it's based on misinformation, I think you should absolutely break that video apart. Average Luck Gamer and his video very easily shows a fucking graph. I have so many tabs open. He shows a graph. There's HP inflation. I could show you one right here, breaking down all of the HP inflation that occurred. And he is simply fucking saying he thinks this can be a bigger problem. And a lot of people, whether it's Resi or even just randoms that I haven't spoken to, are saying, hey, this is a big jump. That's it. That's all his point is. It's not even that deep. His point in itself, well, it is deep, but the way he presented it is straight up. It is very simple, and if you misconstrue that point, I'm going to be honest with you, it comes off like you wanted to misconstrue it. It's very easy. Also, yo, I appreciate the fuck out of you guys here. What up, brother? Thank you, my goat. Enjoy. I hope you have an amazing day today, homie. It's very simple. Like his video was fine. His video was absolutely fine.
So I think
But
like
okay.
we reconvene a little bit later when things are a little bit more fleshed out. But
Sorry, guys, I can't get the call thing to
you know.
work. It's not working.
And
My bad.
there's a message to my chat, and hopefully you guys echo this too. I don't want you guys weaponizing.
I listened to the call, and one of the statements by EO is that he hinted at players fall for more of the game lost every single. Yeah, I know. We're gonna get to that. We'll get to that eventually. Also, what up, bro?
The stuff
what up,
that
baby?
we're saying
What's good,
to
brother?
attack the other creator. Because I noticed a little of that happening in my chat.
Yeah, by all means, guys. Like, you can criticize someone's take,
nice to each
but
other,
don't
for
criticize
sure.
the person.
Yeah.
And there right now, have a safe life,
Yeah.
homie. Okay.
But
Did EO join?
Well, I guess we could start with like
Okay.
if we were looking at it from that perspective. And that way maybe Kate and I could try and share being a mediator, even though I know we're involved in this as well. But still, I guess we could start with like ALG if you want. With what you've had to think about so far, the talks you've had with your chat and with yourself and anyone else, what exactly is your current issue with the game as far as like in-game goes? And I do want to stress in-game. So to define what that is, in-game is supposed to be like creme de la creme. Like this is top of the top. This is where the hardcore sweaty, the player that wants to challenge themselves, that is what in-game represents.
Well, I feel like this is a really big point in the stream that I didn't understand. Maybe someone correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just stupid, dumb, ignorant, and greedy. Endgame, I feel like it's pretty simple. Endgame is Shiyu. It's Deadly Assault. Maybe you want to include Endless Tower. I don't know. I didn't feel like we need to really define what Endgame was. I guess maybe EO might be asking, what do you think is acceptable for Endgame here? I don't know. I can't speak for him, but I feel like it was one of those things where he was asking, do you think, I guess maybe a 6-star clear is acceptable as opposed to a 9? Like, what do you consider the true Endgame? I don't know. I guess that's how I interpret it now, listening back to it. At least a 9-star DA. Well, but the Endgame itself is Deadly Assault and Shiyu. And so if the HP has gone up, and obviously there's restrictions around characters and restrictions around buffs and whatnot, that is part of the endgame. Like, if you can't complete the endgame and get a 3-star on a unit, just we saw on that J-Stern account, an account that started in 1.7, are we going to invalidate that and say, oh, since he didn't get a 9, he's not really experiencing the endgame? And that, to me, I just felt was a little bit of a fucking crazy thing. Again, so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I feel like he probably meant, I don't want to speak for him, but that's what I assume that he's menting. Now I'm thinking back about it. So yeah. Okay, but let's keep going.
Sorry, what was the question?
What's your issue with Endgame?
Okay, yeah. I think that we're trending in a
Trending, by the way. Trending.
tough direction right now. Because if we look at the history of HP inflation, and we look at the way that the bosses are currently designed, and how, for lack of a better word, shilly those bosses are, we are trending in a direction that means there's going to be less
What colors are eyes?
player creativity, expression, and freedom. And for me, less fun. And then when I say that as if I'm talking only for myself.
I think it's pretty
100% fair.
So let's break that down for you. And this isn't, I don't want to.
What do you mean break it down? Do you mean I'm wrong? No, just to be clear.
No. That's
No,
not,
He does come in aggro. And he apologizes for this later. It's clear that EO and Joshua are not here to debate and argue, but I understand why Average Luck Gamer was absolutely frustrated in this situation. I cannot fault him for coming in aggro after watching this react. And this is not me shitting on Josh. I fucking love Josh. I think Josh is a great dude. I plan on getting him on the podcast soon. He's a good fucking dude. But if I watch someone who is a peer of mine or potentially a friend sit down and fundamentally break my video down in the very weird way, in a disingenuous way, I would fucking be hot too. I just want to make this clear. So yes, he comes in hot, he calms down, and he says sorry for it. I understand why he is hot though. If someone did that to my video, I'm shitting on them personally. I think Average Luck Gamer is a very nice guy because I would be very mean. But yes, Just so everyone, before someone starts saying crazy shit, is he friends with Josh? I'm pretty sure they've collabed before. But the ZZZ community is pretty dope. Like, they're pretty, from what I'm understanding, there's no, like, crazy drama in there or some shit, right? Everyone seems to be pretty dope. You're hot? Yeah, I know, I get that a lot.
I'm
No,
saying,
no,
yeah, like,
come on then.
yeah, like let's break down why you feel that way for like.
Cav,
What do you mean why I
specific
feel
points.
that? Are you going to tell me why I feel that way? What do you mean?
No, I'm asking you to break it down so that everyone else understands. Me, Kate, Josh, anything like that.
I don't know. I already do understand. It's no secret that me and AOG
I will say, he also literally just said it like 2 seconds ago, but it's fine. It is what it is.
we're literally like best friends. Like we do a lot of stuff off stream that is not just gotcha. We actually play other games. We actually we watch shows together. Like me and him are actually best friends. Like me and him have been talking about this for a while. Actually, I'm the one who told him to stop suppressing your feelings and let your community know how you feel. So I already know exactly how AOG feels and how he thinks and everything. We've been talking about this for a while.
Well, then, I mean, if you want to explain it like that way we can relate more. Because I don't.
Again, I'm trying to be very charitable here and not be an asshole. If you watched his video, it was pretty fucking simple. You know what I mean? Like if you just watch his video, he first of all, he said it about 10 seconds earlier, right? But if you fundamentally just watch his video and go into it with an open mind of hearing it out, it's a pretty easy thing to digest. I assume EO's trying to do this, so maybe the audience can I don't fucking know. But it's pretty. Never in my fucking life have I seen an easier video to decipher. Maybe it's for the viewers, I guess. Maybe, for sure. Maybe like again. I'm just saying though. It's like he literally just said what he felt prior to that, but it's fine. Just
I don't know anything that no one says. Like if you don't explain it, I'll never know it, right? If I told you I hate pineapples, you asked me why, and I just told you because I hate pineapples. That doesn't really help you.
And then also, like, granted, I was watching a good portion of that stuff, so I was able to, like, at least me personally, I was able to absorb some of it.
He's a good dude.
But
I'm not gonna
I think, you know, especially since a lot of folk either just watched your 5-minute video or watched a section of my video or potentially just watch a section of my video through your chat.
Fan is crazy. Oh, for sure, Casey, for sure.
I think some of the stuff is a little bit lost through it all. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see. Like it's just, I don't think we need to break it down, right? It's very simple, man.
I'm
AOG
with you,
just
bro. I'm fucking with you.
he
I
wants to
think
be
it's simple.
pro-consumer, right?
I think it's very simple.
He cares about the free-to-play and low spender audience. There's a reason why his iconic opening is, "This video is not for whales or dolphins." He is also admittedly opened to his community that he is not a sweaty player. So he represents the average player. That's why Average Look Gamer is his name, and that's why it fits his channel so well.
Thank you for the follow, brother. Appreciate you.
He cares about the free-to-play and low-spend players. It's that simple, and he feels like it's going in a direction where it might be difficult for free-to-play and low-spend players to keep up in the future. Obviously, we only know how many DA patches do we know in advance from Hakushin? Like 2 or 3, I can't remember.
Yeah, Kenny's talking.
But we are able to see in the future. We can't see the far future, but we're able to see what 2 or 3 in advance. And it's really that simple. I don't know why we got to break it down.
I think it's only not simple if you don't want to hear it. I'm just being honest with you. If you're just gonna nitpick and poke holes through it, that's my take. I'm sorry. That's my fucking take.
If I can answer that, I think the reason why
it's more hopeful for ZZ not to be heading in the bad direction when it comes down. Joshua thinks there's still room for the game won't go in the must pull direction. Well, the problem is like it's again, and this is the HSR. I've played these games before. This is the Genshin Impact. I've played these games before. It's literally going in that direction right now as we speak. There's a difference. Like if someone were to say 4 months ago, when I criticized the game and when Saint criticized the game and why I stopped playing the game daily, I just couldn't fucking do it anymore. I'm tired. I'm personally tired of the consistent restrictions with everything, and like it's not fun for me. If 4 months ago I'd be like, okay, I could understand why people don't see it. That's fine. It's like legitimately in fucking English. Resi, AVG has a poll. Petty, I believe, has a poll. The numbers are there. If you complete, if nothing, I'm just gonna say score didn't change. Look at this: 5%, 10%, 20%. If nothing fundamentally changes about your builds, no new drive disc came out. Maybe one new character came out. Nothing else has changed other than the buffs and the HP and how they're shilling the characters. There is an issue. But the HP isn't the issue. The inflation does statistically alter the point system. The average player will never kill a boss in DA. Did you miss the beginning of this conversation, Tillian? Like, I'm people are arguing things they don't understand. Who's arguing anything they don't understand? I'm so confused. When are you starting playing? When you got Miyabi, Jane, did you feel the attack agents were as good then? No, I watched this previously. No, but did you watch the end with Jay Stern getting involved? Oh, I want to get through the VOD. So I'll like read comments as we go and check comments. Oh, check comments. What this? Where is it? I don't really have much to provide. Stealing my thunder. I already talked about Polychrome, but I feel like this is missing the point. Sure, before I can get 9 stars, and now I can only go down to 8, and I can still get all the poly. But if the update keeps happening, keeps going down, my Evelyn or Miyabi start to feel like crap, even though new characters, I won't be happy. Love it, kid drop me. Yo, what's good, WTW? Also, Tillian, you made a video about this directly, right? You even said they're punishing players if you build up fucking Anomaly, and now Anomaly was the meta then. Anomaly is no longer the meta. You are now being punished because you catered towards that meta. I mean, like, I really don't think it's very hard to understand. I'm going to be honest with you.
I was asking personally, like, to get more context.
Well, Fluffy Doe, Jay Stern talks about that. Jay Stern says that he's been thinking these issues have been occurring since 1.4. Hey, man, I spoke about it a while ago. I was told to go fuck myself. It is what it is. Like go watch my videos. I've been brigaded and all this other shit. Like, it's fucking, like, I'm with you, buddy. I'm fucking with you.
Was because if we're talking about the average player, which I'm not saying that ALG isn't an average player, like that he's a sweater or anything like that, but if we're talking about this based off
I know I'm right.
the numbers, ALG is well above an average player, even if he doesn't spend a lot of money. The average player can't get past like 23, maybe 27K, and ALG smokes that score every single time. He even gets other people to smoke that score. So that's not average. And while I understand that he represents that, what ends up happening, which is what we've all seen from everyone's chats, is that the community or other types of players who can't actually get that 30K, 40K, 50K, they use ALG's words, anyone's words, really, any creator. They use these words as confirmation bias. Like they use it for their own reasoning.
I guess this was another part to me that didn't really make much sense. I mean, like, is there going to be a subsection of the player base that maybe will just give up and say, oh, HP inflation and stop playing? And, you know, be like, oh, well, Average Luck Gamer said that. Maybe there's like a couple hundred people who say that. Like, oh, you know, Average Luck Gamer said there's the HP inflation, so I'm done building. And they don't have their talents max. They're not even max level. Their drive discs are dog shit. That could absolutely, let's just say, because there's no way I could sit here and say that's not possible. Maybe that's a possibility. A small subsection of his community would do that. But don't you think, like, if Average Luck Gamer is considering himself an average player, which clearly he has some sort of expertise, he plays the game 24/7. He's not like a Sweetly of Woowa. Like, I'm not Sweetly of Woowa, right? There's a problem. So if he's experiencing this problem and he's vocalizing it, and the counterpoint to that point is, yeah, but I don't want the community to run with this narrative, and so that way they can, like, not build their units. It's just like, I don't get that. It doesn't really make much sense to me. Again, maybe I'm wrong, but the way I'm interpreting this is just like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, dude, people run with narratives all the time, but at the end of the day, this is clearly a trending into a bad direction, and he's feeling it, and other sweaty players are feeling it. You are going to limit any casual person that wants to break through that barrier to even play the fucking game at that point. Why would I play it? If a professional average person, a YouTuber is saying this is a problem, why would a normal person think, well, I don't want to fucking do it then. If he's saying this is a problem, I don't want to bother with it. I just don't know. This point to me felt a little weird. I'm gonna be very transparent with you. Like I kind of understand what he's saying, but I don't really. Maybe he can clarify on this. I don't know. I
So
don't
when
know.
ALG says like this is for him, I completely understand that. And so from that perspective alone, I'm right there with you. I get it. But now it's like, Kate, you told him share it with your audience, and they took it and ran with it. So it's no longer just this is only how ALG feels. They're using this as for like, this is how we all feel. We all are in the same boat. But they're not in the same boat. ALG is up here with us, score wise.
Yeah,
performance wise, you know.
I feel like I
I'm gonna let him
understand what you're saying, Vario, but like I guess so. What is being taken out of context from what I'm saying? Also, I just want to say, initially, I came on this call and I came in hot. I thought it was going to be a little bit more hot. I'm not going to lie, but we're having a very chill, balanced discussion.
No.
We were attacking you,
bro.
Josh, I told you.
No, bro. Like that's why I wanted to open and.
Yo, what's good,
and
brother?
why
Thank
I
you for
say,
the follow.
like,
It happened. It's really easy to say it's starting to get really bad. Well, again, that's why I feel like it's important to cover this, because of the fact that this is happening. It happened in HSR. You saw how that situation turned out. Now the HSR community hates me. I said this shit with Genshin. Genshin community hates me. I said this a couple months back. But again, this is not about me being right. It's about the simplest. I just don't understand gacha communities. And it's not just exclusive to Hoyoverse. League of Legends, Hextech Chest. I use this analogy all the time. They remove Hextech Chest. League of Legends is 1,000,000% bigger, and it has the most toxic fandom of all time. And they can gather together on one united front and say, yeah, you know what, man, I'm going to be honest with you. We should probably like fucking do something about this. And then they force the developers to make a fix. You could say the slightest thing about a gacha game. Nah, man, like, dude, you're just a fucking piece of shit. Like, you should just fucking go to hell, you know? And it's like, why can't we get, and mind you, the Zenless Zone Zero community creators are way less toxic. I mean, way less toxic than every other Space's fucking creators. Let's just be honest. Well, some of them. And these people, the people on the call are good people. How the fuck can't we just get on a common ground for something that is legitimately in your face? Like, it's in your fucking face. This is from 1.4. That's a 70% boost in less than a year. That's fucking crazy. The like, HSR drops 2 new characters every single fucking patch. All these other things, like, it means something. HP inflation absolutely means something, Tillian. Why are you trying to downplay HP inflation means something? It's a combination of everything. We're talking about everything. The easiest thing to look at right now is the graph. We can get into everything else as well, which we will dive into as we talk about this discussion. It's a point system. Oh, God. Okay, I'm keeping it going. We keep it pushing.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're getting paid to ignore it? No, I'm not going to sit here and say, EO and Josh are getting paid. I want to make this very clear. I fucks with both of them. I don't want people shitting on them. I do know that they're both part of some sort of program. They easily admitted it yesterday on the fucking thing. Listen, look, I've been in the Hoyo program before. Maybe they got something different than me. I'm still in the fucking Hoyo program. I've never got paid a cent for it. To be honest with you, I've never been paid a fucking dime from Hoyoverse. You know, I'm on the same common ground, though. There's a reason I told LG to stop being scared and take the video and start this conversation. No, exactly. And I agree with you, Keddy. So also, by the way, thank you for the follow. And thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate the fuck out of you, brother. Thank you. A lot of the times what happens is when you speak up about this, it causes a problem in the community because, look, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. From my experience of what I've seen, and again, I'm not trying to be a dick. I think Josh is a great guy. This is a video. I interpret this as, let me take this conversation, let me position myself a little bit of a higher authority to break this down on why this is fucking dumb, and then it validates the feelings. And then once you do that, the community starts doing that, and then it spirals and it goes out of control. That's like when, again, I fucking love Dora. I think Dora's a great fucking guy. When everyone says, hey, this is drama farming, when someone speaks out about Genshin for the past 5 fucking years, people are gonna run with that narrative. And the second you speak out, you're fucking villainized. And so I think it's great that Average Luck Gamer is doing this 1000%. And that's why it's very commendable. But the gacha community doesn't like this. So he's going on the edge. He's trying to talk about it, and it's like, it's just like not even like, how is this up for debate? I just don't get it. I just don't fucking understand. Does that make sense to you guys, chat? Also, who's gonna acknowledge you? Stupidity is like to deny the reality. I don't know, man. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Just tuning, what's he to talk about? We're talking about Power. I just started watching Power with 50 Cent. Great show. You mean how it's not equal? You mean like 99.9% of the people will never kill a boss? You mean how the point system doesn't take into accountability statistically? Okay, do you want to elaborate on that? I'm confused. How about we get in a call and talk about HP that's not the main issue, and then you have discussion if you're fine with it only, of course. Oh, wait, May, you're telling me that HP has nothing to do with this. You're telling me HP has nothing to do with anything. So nothing has to do with HP inflation. Nothing has to do with, again, okay. We're focusing just on HP right now. This is it's not just HP inflation. Genshin Impact does this as well. Genshin Impact does this as well. It's an elemental check and a character check. What did Jason say here? It's probably something. Not entirely. I don't disagree with you. I literally don't disagree with you.
Average luck PvPing the community.
I love you, Jason. What does he say?
You know, I really wish a lot of this was less.
Eradicate all evil.
A lot of these complaints are very the right way to put this.
Gulp.
Less hypocritical? It's only a problem when it's not your precious anomaly characters.
Well, yeah, he said that yesterday. But he said that the game was trending in this direction for a long time, ever since Miyabi. Wait. How, Tillian, how are you oh my fucking god, I feel like I'm talking like, okay, Genshin Impact. You don't need a deadly assault to know that everything in Genshin Impact is a character check. If their version of the Abyss only has characters that could be broken by Hydro Shields, and I only have Arlecchino and Hu Tao and Alhaitham as my DPSs, I'm cooked. It is very fucking simple. Holy fucking shit, how are we misconstruing this? This is actually insane. Like, I don't understand. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, Tillian, I love you. I can't. Oh my lord. Okay, we're keeping it pushing. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Also, it was a good pick.
I'm chilling. I'm big.
We're gonna keep it going.
Big chilling. But yeah, I guess the follow-up question to EO is then, so what's been misinterpreted from what I've said, from what you're seeing, like my community running with that?
I think the initial thing, whenever I heard it from the stream, right, I told you I have to go like rewatch it, and then from the video, the follow-up video that you made.
I'm not saying it's just HP inflation for like the 500th time, and then we're going to continue. It is simply a matter of multiple things, which we have discussed, Tillian and other people. We literally said this yesterday. Hoyoverse does this thing where there's multiple restrictions when you go into any game mode. Does not matter if it's Deadly Assault. It does not fucking matter what it is. It is a character check. The problem with EO's points and the problem with the community is this happened in May 12th, 2025. Zenless HP inflation isn't the problem. You just suck at the game. No, you don't suck at the game. You're not dog shit at the fucking video game. It's a character collection screen. If you don't have the proper characters, you are cucked alongside HP inflation. In his video, he brings up HP inflation. They are also multiple different things. They discuss multiple things in his video. Stop focusing in on one fucking point. It's actually insane. I'm so lost. Like, how is this happening?
It doesn't really, I guess the representation isn't just you. It's the representation more like what Kate said.
Back to the video.
Which is like representing the average player. But the data that we have, even if we're not looking 3-4 patches down the line with Hakush, the data that we have still shows that the average player can clear. The average clear score is like 23 to 27K. And like
okay.
that's the data that we
That's-
have. Like I
that's-
can't go off any data that we don't have.
But why
You
does
know what I
the
mean?
Yeah,
thing,
I'm
right? That
go on, Kate. Yeah, you go.
I no AOG brother. I got you. Okay?
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say.
I got you, homie. I got you.
Heathen sucks.
So-
We'll talk about gaming. True.
Yo, can we
Mhm.
get that's not the point. The point
That's
was
why I asked you
never
earlier, and you told me
The
like it's
point
super
was-
simple, but it's not.
Hey, bro.
it
If
is
it's
because
simple,
if
then
you-
tell it to me in a simple
if
way.
it is though, because AOG said that, right? He said
Sorry, guys, my
he's
eyes are
not
itching.
saying that we can't clear now, just like you said. It's showing that everybody can clear right now.
Mhm.
He said that, bro. He said that it's not that they
Yeah, I know,
can't
Macho,
clear
I know.
now. It's being cautious for the future. He said that multiple times.
But that
So
was
it is
something that we
simple.
also reiterated before, all of us, right? Like before.
I think at the end of the day,
we're
I
all under
I
that
don't think
same
we
thing.
disagreed with that at all. Like we're all being cautious and always monitoring those kind of metrics. As the front leading, pack of folk who do this day in and day out, we're not unaware of a lot of the metrics on
Average is such a good guy, bro. He's too nice, man. He's
the
too nice.
environmental side. Yet
Way too nice.
Well, then I don't really know what we're
even
debating.
some
then.
still on. Well, I wasn't coming into debate.
Okay,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
coming
oh,
into
okay. Oh,
to have my
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
just big dubs. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm not here to come in and like disprove anything. Not well. I didn't come here at least to do any of that.
What up, Leslie?
And the whole idea of bringing us all together, and then also having Katane in here is to help like break a lot of those assumptions and break a lot of those things down, not only for myself, also for chat, because chat also has preconceived notions and develops certain ideas, and independent of us, of course, this chat develops certain ideas and concepts around what they already have as their preconceived notions around also the stuff that we're saying.
I guess though, like you're
So-
saying that you're agreeing, but like the video, like there was a lot of things that you didn't agree with me on, and you said at the end.
I mean, like, look, respectfully, I'm just keeping a stack between the video and then I'm pretty sure. I don't think we could sit here and just say that everyone agrees and everything when, like, his most recent stream literally said you're being lied to about HP inflation.
Hey there, everyone.
You're being lied to about HP inflation. LOL. Genshin later. I just feel like if there's no problem, if there's no issue, if everyone fucking agrees, then this conversation should not be happening, and we shouldn't have uploaded this video. And I mean that respectfully to Josh, because I fucks with Josh heavily. I'll say that a million times. I don't know. Like, this is the part, again, that was bothering me. If we agree, why are we actively promoting on our socials and YouTube and Twitch that we don't agree? Because if it's just to farm, and if it's just for business is business, at least, like, if you would say that, I'd be like, all right, bro, business is business. Like, okay. Like at that point, you just be like, oh, yeah, no, it's farm, it's clickbait, whatever. But the contents of the video say something different. This part was just irking my soul. I'm going to be honest with you.
Again,
I'm
like
just
you
keeping
agree
it
with me
stacked.
to an extent, and I haven't got all
I
of the way
think
through it.
I think
but
a lot of it,
Yes, politics, we know. It's not just HP inflation. We've understood that, and I appreciate Tillian. Thank you as well.
it came down to the and one of the things where you're just like, man, like this guy doesn't get it was a lot more of these subjective aspects. Whereas when it came to the more direct numbers and stuff, like the average characters are getting slightly more outpaced with the generalized graph of HP inflation. Now we can always talk about the intricacies and yada yada yada. That's for a different conversation or a different part of the conversation. But I agree with you. Right? So
why was that video
we
made,
agree
bro?
way more than I think that
I don't know, man.
than you think we do, even though there are a lot of points that we focused on that were the disagreeing points.
one of the biggest things I remember in Josh's reaction was you know, Average Luck Gamer said something about not being able to play with the characters you want and that are fun. And then I believe he just put up like 3 random fucking units that don't really have synergy, put them in a team, and was like, hey, by the way, here you go. Like, go fucking clear the game. That's not what people are saying. But if you're getting into a game mode and you need specifically only like 4 characters can clear that fucking game mode. You have a selection of 4, and you only got 2 of those, and you don't have the proper stun, whatever the case may be, you're fucked. And so again, I don't know why, like, that just felt super disingenuous to the conversation, but we are now saying, nah, you know, it's all good with me, though. I don't know. I was like, okay, I guess. All right, I guess. I don't know, you know.
Okay. Well, do you want to open one of those up then?
It's like 50% of a comp, sure.
The disagreeing or the agreeing ones?
The disagreeing, sure. Why not?
I could. If you guys want.
100.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
otherwise,
me.
like, I feel like, you know, like, because I mean, I just watched the video, Josh, and there was some of it that you agreed with me on, but it felt like a lot of it was you saying that I was incorrect about certain things, or, and that's fine. I accept that, but this conversation now feels quite different to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think from what I gathered, from what I watched for both,
And again, like I came in hot. I'm chilling. I just want to understand a little bit more. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
Go on.
clarification.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. So I think we all agree with the HP inflation and like where it could go, right?
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Like, bro, I like, come on, man. I just like, I don't know. This is what's frustrating. This is what's frustrating. Like, why are we? If it's bait, just say it's bait. Just say it's bait, right? Just say business is business. All right.
And like that could be a problem in the future. I think where I
guys,
disagree,
please be respectful to everyone in chat.
and kind of probably where Josh was coming from with his points was more so I guess like the definition, or rather there's a word that I'm thinking of, the stigma behind what in-game is, like what that represents. Because if we're talking about, as I mentioned earlier, like the try hard, like this is what you're supposed.
This is such a silly point. I really dislike the end game is end game. It's just straight up. End game is Deadly Assault. End game is Shiyu. That's it. That's all that matters. We don't need to identify this. You unlock the end game after a certain point, and that's it.
Supposed to be here for.
I don't know.
Then
I
you
don't know
can't
what's
really
happening
expect
here.
the average player, not specifically you, because I've already established, like, you know, you're kind of like well above the average score wise, you know what I mean? But as far as like them and like that 27K bracket, they're not achieving that. And there's a reason that is well before we get to the HP inflation. So that's my thing about it. When we have that type of conversation, it's like, are we only looking at this and only going to blame that for why a player couldn't get to this point?
I'm
Yeah, okay,
losing
just before we move forward, I just want to say something real quick.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that when we are saying, there's a reason why
Oh my god.
I genuinely, and maybe some people will just disagree with me, but there's a reason why I genuinely really hate the 2 words that make the phrase skill issue.
Let's go! Let's fucking go!
At the end of the day,
I hate that shit.
there is nothing wrong with being an average player. At the end of the day, there is nothing wrong with being a casual player.
W fucking Kenny.
I
W
don't
fucking
want
Kenny.
it to ever make it sound like,
Holy
because
shit.
sometimes it makes it sound like people, when they say average player or casual,
Fuck.
that it's like a slur. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh my
agreed.
god.
It becomes the most elitist fucking thing of all time. You can't clear it, you're a skill issue. Again, no disrespect. I have no fucking idea who BB is, and I'm not trying to mean this in like a derogatory way. I don't. Clearly there's a Z creator who a lot of people like. This Pokey's tweet. Fucking at some point, when do we stop saying skill issue and we say, Dawe-kun, for the love of fucking God, just fix the fucking balance. Just fix the game. Please, I fucking hate the skill issue shit. I fucking hate the skill issue shit so much. It pisses me off. Sometimes it's valid. Sometimes it's absolutely valid. Someone might have like a Woo account, Jinxie signature weapon, Brant signature weapon, Chang Li signature weapon, Augusta signature weapon, when Iuno drops signature weapon, shit like that. If you can't clear, okay, you fundamentally don't know how the game works. I'll give you a perfect example. I love my girlfriend to death. I'll marry her. She bought every single Wuthering Waves character, every single signature. She leveled all of them up. They all had great echoes. She couldn't fucking play the game. She couldn't fucking play the game. She didn't know how to do a rotation. I sat down, I taught her, bam, it's fucking easy. It's simple. That was a little bit of a skill issue. She didn't understand the fundamentals, she didn't understand concerto, etc. When you are significantly just playing the game and things are changing and it's becoming more restrictive, and that is not a skill issue. I just don't understand that. When metas shift, that is a skill issue. Did she get better? Yeah, she got better. Ethan, girlfriend, Glaze of Pews. I love my girl. She's the best.
I'm not using it as like a
yeah.
Like, oh my God, you're like, holy shit, you're a fucking casual. Oh, dude, you're an average player. Just step it up. Like, please.
Also, realistically, there is no skill issue. You brought that up, Lament. That's a very good point. Realistically speaking, if my girlfriend would have just bought a C6 Jinxie, she would have killed everything just by pressing the normal button, right? So there can be a level of skill issue, absolutely. But when you can just buy unlimited power, not really. No. You know what I mean? No, I'm good.
I just want to make sure that we don't ever fall into that.
We're not using it that way.
A lot of people in chat. Thank you for clarifying that.
It was used this way for the past 4 months. I'm sorry. Maybe they're not using it this way right now. It was absolutely used this way in the fucking community for a very long time.
A lot of people in chat have that same exact point. Yeah.
I cannot stand it. It really makes my blood fucking boil, bro. Because I do, on average, between 50 to 60 account reviews every single week. I do my best to do as many as I can.
Yep.
And it always makes my fucking blood boil when I go to see someone's DA score.
Sidebar, yes, I'm very scared for Wuthering Waves. We'll see what happens. I think the game's fucking ass right now. It is what it is. We'll see. The TOA comes out in 7 hours. I'll upload a video on it. I probably won't stream that long. I'm going to spend time with my girl. But yeah, Kenny's the GOAT. Absolutely.
And the chat spams skill issue. Yeah. And I made that skill issue emote for like fun as a meme, as a joke. But there's a time and a place for it. Like, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Like, there's nothing wrong with being an average player. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being a casual player.
I'm not using it to describe it in that way. I legit mean like.
No, my girlfriend.
I just want to
explaining it.
Yeah, I want to dig back into the point that you made about endgame though. So when you asked a question about endgame and like what we're defining endgame as.
Yes.
So I like what is the question? I'm confused. What's the question here?
They're trying to ask
the first one and the second one. The first one about what is in game. That was the very first question I asked when we got in the call.
Okay.
The question that I asked recently was less of a question, more so of a statement, like a disagreement on like, I guess like how we're defining in game and like what dictates or where a player should be at that point. Because essentially in game is like the try hard stuff. You know, you don't really expect to, like if I go to the Elite Four in Pokemon, I'm not gonna bring my level 1 Caterpie versus Lance's level 87 Dragonite, right? Like that wouldn't, I'm not prepared. You know what I mean?
But here, let me stop you there because like a lot of people assumed that was my argument. And I don't think ALG is also thinking that you're bringing your level 1 Caterpie. But if you're bringing your level like 53 Butterfree or whatever, Butterfree, right? It's going to have a starkly great disadvantage from bringing the Dragonite, from bringing your Mewtwo's or your bringing your Charizards or Blastoises. 100%. Okay. Right?
I guess what okay. I guess what they're trying to say, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, because I'm a little confused. It feels like EO is trying to identify maybe, and this is something we should probably do in all debates or conversation like this going forward for every game. What is the baseline of what we consider an account and player investment to go into endgame? I think maybe that's the point that was trying to get across. Does that make sense? I think they're trying to say, hey, you need to have 4 characters, 5 characters, I don't know, that X amount of drive disc, S amount of Wengens. Does that make sense? That's the only, like, I'm trying to interpret this in a way where you're spot on. Okay. Like, I'm trying my fucking hardest to interpret that. It just feels like, respectfully to both of them, they're doing a bad job conveying that message. And I wish that we would do this in all discussions going forward, whether it's Wu Genshin, where we say, hey, right here, bam, what do you consider an endgame player? And get everyone on the same page, everyone on the same perspective, and then go from that, right? So I think they should have established a baseline. And so when he's saying, what is an endgame to you, it comes off as, what mode is endgame? And it's like, fuck me, I don't know. Like, what mode do you think is endgame? Listening to this, that's what I think they're trying to do, is establish that baseline. By the way, also, ever go follow Tillian. Go give my man Tillian a shout out as well. Would you say, Thoma? I gotta scroll up. Holy fuck! Wait, where's your chat? Where are you? The guy is saying that if you bring a level character that's bad at the moment, no matter how level the one, when he gets a character that's good. Yeah, but like in terms of like what he's saying, what endgame means, I think they're trying to find a common ground baseline. But the lack of specifically just saying what is a common ground baseline, what do you think is acceptable, is an issue. So that's the problem. It's not like League or Marvel or Dota. I agree. Yeah.
So
Okay.
And yeah, go ahead.
Hold on, Fluffy Dog. I've seen people do DA and they're horrible discs and make no sense. They won't get 3 stars. I mean, sure. And this is like a genuine question. Like, what does that have to do to the, like, what does that point do to further present the conversation? Like, further push the conversation further. I just don't understand. I'm genuine question. I don't know. Like, it just feels like a weird thing.
At the point.
You know?
No. I think I was just going to ask a follow-up question, which was, so
Yeah.
what are casuals doing in Zenless No Zero then? Like, if they're not playing the combat, what are they doing?
Story, lore, and events.
Story,
combat, they can still
lore,
play, but they're
events,
not
mini
doing-
games, hangout.
Hold on. I want to bring this up real quick. I'm gonna hone on this point. This is a very good point. That I think we should, have. And I'm going to Fluffy Dog. I'm not shitting on you. I want to make this very clear. I'm not shitting on you. What up, Jeet? It's about endgame investment. The problem is, this patch, a lot of people, nothing fundamentally changed other than the buffs, the HP inflation, and who they're shilling. That's the issue. The meta is shifting, and there's nothing changing. That is what is causing this conversation. It is not about if Jimmy doesn't have a perfect drive disc, or whatever the case may be. So I get what you're saying, but this part of the conversation is fucking like, it's not even relevant. Not to be a dick. Not to be a dick to you. We're not talking about the dude who just started playing today and he just pulled seed. He doesn't have an investment in seed, so he's cooked. No fun. Like it's out, and I think that's the problem. Is that whenever people have these conversations, they really like to hone in on that specifically, as opposed to what's being said. And we legitimately have this happening in real fucking time. I would love to be the mediator for things going forward, because like, he's not just arguing HP. He's not just arguing HP, right? You know what I mean? So it's just, like this is the problem. Like, this is the problem. Like, he has said fundamentally in plain English his issues. I'm not going to repeat average luck issues again. But you're taking average. This is what Josh did, respectfully, and I fuck with Josh heavily. We're taking one part of what Average Luck Gamer said and honing in and making it the biggest issue. It's a fucking issue. Absolutely. 100%. I've shit on it for that for the longest time. Jason has all these other people. There's so much more to this that it's fucking insane how we keep going back to this one thing. That's the problem. I hope that I'm gonna hit you with the Karina. Hope this helps. And this is not me shitting on you. I appreciate your input. But that is exactly why these conversations happen, because everyone's not doing it. Well, to be honest, even your stream title is HP Inflation Drama. Absolutely. It is what it is, right? That's the title of what's happening, right? Like, this isn't personal drama, but if I'm going to use the word drama, like, I'm not going to lie to you. I use the word drama. It's not that big of a deal. Have you seen me insult anyone, call anyone a retard or something crazy? No. It is what it is. If you're going to get mad about the word drama, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. This might not be the place for you. It is what it is. But God bless, like, it's not that deep. It's not
they're not doing Shiyu, and they're not doing Deadly Assault, and they definitely don't do Talent past 15.
Yeah, I just...
if, like, the player base is 90% casual, then 10% is they attempt endgame.
Damn, I'm hungry.
and they don't even
Fuck.
complete it. That's just an attempt. So it's not a lot. Like when people say like mostly
so-
casual players played blank, they're not talking about in-game from a numerical standpoint.
Okay, so to flip this argument around then, so the players who are more engaged in the end game, the players who are here watching our stream yap, the players who are subscribed to my YouTube channel and therefore getting the information on my post, they're concerned. Well, I'm not going to say anything about them being concerned or not, but what I am going to say is that 79% of them,
It's not.
their DA
I'm
scores
not gonna repeat
dropped
myself
by
on the
more than
HP inflation
5%.
part. It's all good.
And I think that
79%
what that
to
means is
10%
that,
or
like, let's just take the
No, let me
casual
tell
thing
you.
out of it. I think the players who are playing the end game, the players who are dedicated to the end game, are getting put into a position where they're feeling pressured to pull for new characters, and maybe they do, and maybe they don't want to pull for those new characters, but that's kind of up to them. And I think
Wow.
what a lot of my argument boils down to is, I'm going to shout out Razor CT for saying this in chat earlier, is that
W Razor
a lot
CT,
of players
great
are
guy.
feeling punished
guide.
for not pulling the new unit and not
That's
rewarded for pulling the unit.
very much.
It used to feel like you would pull a unit in Zenless Zone Zero and it would feel fun. It would feel like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm able to do this. Whereas now, it's feeling a lot more like, and again, this is subjective. This is just the way I feel. But it's feeling a lot more like you pulled a new unit to get slightly higher DA scores so you can take advantage of a buff this week.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, when did you start feeling that way? Like with what character?
Well, specifically, the way that I started to feel this way was with Seed.
Okay. I think you and everyone else feeling that way with Seed in particular, I agree with. Not the character not fun part, but the sentiment. And that was something that I was mentioning with my chat. I really feel like it's just like this DA, it's Defiler. Like this DA is just dog shit. It's not a good DA.
No, the problem is, what if the next DA is like this? I don't know. Who has updates on the leaks? Is the next DA worse? Is the next DA worse? I heard that they're upping the defense. The next DA is like this. I mean, there you go. More HP but less. What does that mean? More HP but less. I don't care. I can talk about leaks. I don't give a fuck. You're the LG here. You're punished for not pulling Yuzuha. Yeah, I know. You have to use a specific team. It has a new boss as well. So, I mean, like... Oh, fuck, man. I don't know. I don't know if people understand the word preventative as opposed to reactionary, right? So this is a preventative conversation in which we're seeing a negative trend now. Average Luck Gamer is not... It's rupture focus? Of course it is. I mean, who fucking to the surprise of no one, it is what it is, right? This is a conversation saying, hey, the game is trending in the wrong direction. Let's be proactive as opposed to being reactionary. And until the game completely goes to shit and then people are having tons of problems, let's try to call this out now so we can gather some voices to be like, hey, we don't like this. We'd prefer if you did something different. People don't want that. People are reactionary. Until someone goes up and slaps them into the fucking face, they're not going to react. So preventative measures being taken by Average Luck Gamer and anyone else who speaks out about this is being downplayed, whether it's in chat, whether it's everywhere. It's just silly, man. It's just fucking silly. Like if this is the, I feel like it's so clear cut and dry. Like I don't know, man. Like every Hoyoverse game does this. Every fucking game does this. Genshin does this. It's a character check. The Abyss is not challenging. It is a character check. Stygian Onslaught is a character check and a new mechanic check, right? You had to have a Natlin boss. Now you're going to need a Nodcry boss. Honkai Star Rail's like this. A break check. Well, that back then, now I don't know what the fuck has happened with that dog shit game. Zenless Zone Zero, somewhat similar to Wuthering Waves, you had a little bit more freedom, right? Wu was kind of turning into this as well a little bit. And I'm not the biggest fan of these kits where they're super fucking restrictive, like a Zany. You need Spectral Rover or Peeb. Now, granted, it's not as big of a deal to me because of the fact that, you know, you get Spectral Rover for free, but these characters are becoming way more fucking restrictive. That is not fun. That's not how the game was initially shown or presented. And now it seems like a way to just boost sales and boost numbers to milk the audience. Also, casuals do matter, because if a casual wants to get fucking involved, but then they messed up and they didn't pull the right synergy and the right teams, and you have to have these specific characters for this specific DA or this specific Shiyu, putting HP aside, and they're getting fucking cucked and they know their investment's not that bad, they're not going to want to fucking play the game. Yuno's kid is fucking ass, bro. Like, she's gonna be great, but like the fake ass shield shit with Augusta, like Augusta gains a shield, but the only reason she gains a shield is so that way like she could fucking work with Yuno. It's dog shit. Like, it's fucking ass. I call that shit out as well. Why is this a problem? Like, how is this a controversial take? Why are we fucking sitting here debating this? This is the part that just blows my fucking mind. Like, please, if someone genuinely feels like I'm misconstruing or what's happening here, and I feel like I'm being very fair to both fucking sides, clearly I agree with Average Luck Gamer and Ketty. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. I've been in this position with 2 other fucking Hoyoverse games already. This is now going to be my 3rd Hoyoverse game. Everyone told me I was the devil for it. But it's like, every gacha game, it's a lot of gacha games. It's a lot. It really is. And the gacha excuse isn't a good one either, but I'll get to that later because that fucking made me rage quit and I just left. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. My Neko Motto with 34 subs, M1, W2 with Asher and Nicole can't even clear the new boss. It's a pointless discourse, not gonna lie. Every gacha game will ultimately be character checked. No, and that's the issue, man. That's literally what EO said yesterday, which got me tight. It's not a pointless discourse. This company makes billions and billions and billions and billions of fucking dollars, millions of dollars a month. It's not pointless discourse. It's insane. It's insane. It's not even a gacha thing, bro. And then so at that point, let's just say for example, if you want to say it's a gacha game thing. Well, now gacha games have become their own subgenre. We cannot sit here and say gacha is just a monetization model because the end games and how things fundamentally play are evolving around the ever-going characters that come out every patch, which cost $350 to get. So we gotta pick a side of what the coin is, brother. It's just fucking weird. It's just weird. Gravity, you're a lot of people said that. Fix the Weewa problem last by buffing the 3rd buff. Listen, man, Weewa in itself, I think, is a dog shit game. We can get into that in a different video. But Weewa makes me want to now play the game. I substantially stopped playing the game as much when Weewa came out, to be honest with you. Just TOA doesn't get 2 resets anymore.
Because we haven't had that feeling, I assume, right? You haven't felt that way with any other character. Or
Well, Daya, it's not just about the 3 pulls, man. I think there's a great comment right here. Everybody's talking about the polychromes, but I feel like they're missing the point. Sure, before I can get 9 stars and now it goes down to 8, I can still get all the poly. But if the update keeps happening and it keeps going down and my Miyabi or Evelyn start to feel like crap, and I need to throw in new characters, I won't be happy. It really is not just about the pull income and the pull amount. Yes, it is only X amount of polychromes. In some people's mind, they might say, oh, I don't give a fuck. And that's fine. And I think it's fair. I think it's fair if you don't care because it's just about polychromes. Fine. But we can't reduct the whole argument, the whole thing. Well, it's just 2 pulls because it's the ecosystem of the game that is completely going to shit. The whole fucking game. So, yeah.
Or mostly any other deadly assault.
I hope that makes sense.
And so it's one thing to say like, okay, we feel this way currently about this current DA with Seed versus like, this has been a recurring pattern.
Well, I mean, if I'm honest though,
I agree,
it didn't feel that bad with Alice, but it does feel like since 2.0 hit, it feels like the shill bosses and shill buffs that we're getting are getting worse and worse. Not necessarily worse and worse, like in a like it's bad kind of way, but like they're getting more specific to the characters in particular, and I think
right.
Like, the problem for me then stems from, well, like, if it's super specific to the character, and it just feels more and more impactful as we combine that shill with the HP inflation. So we have that specific shill, plus then we have the HP inflation. So then what's happening with the end game is it's just trending in a very dangerous direction. I think that's the thing that I'm most concerned about, is that we're combining the shill buffs with the HP inflation, and it will, if the
It's not just about HP inflation for people who didn't watch the original video for the 500th time.
trend continues, it will reach a point where it will feel fucking terrible not to pull a new character.
Okay. I can see where you're coming from for sure.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to see a little more on like, yeah, you can say something, Kate.
The specific buffs for new characters are outrageous. They're ridiculous.
The C buff is ridiculous. Yeah.
Okay, we
are.
Okay. I have to. I think we all agree on this. Like, there is an attack buff for using 2 attackers. Wow. I wonder what team composition, wants you to have 2 attackers.
Can I play
think we
devil's
can agree on that.
advocate really quick?
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being a little bit of an asshole here. It just feels like. I mean, I'm gonna show. This is not like leaking anything crazy. In a moment or two, I'll show a Discord message from my boys. That they're offline. They don't play gacha. Excuse me. They don't stream or anything like that. They reached out to me about this situation as well because they actually vehemently disagree with a lot of my ZZZ takes. And like, this one's crazy. I just don't understand. Like, if we're all sitting down and agreeing that the seed buff is a problem, why is this conversation happening? Like, why'd we have to downplay it? I guess that's my point. I feel like I know the answer. I don't want to say it. I'm trying to be very charitable to everyone here. I don't. I mean, I get it, but I just don't like, why can't we simply say, I'm just gonna delete that message just because it has that doxing word in it. Why can't we just say, yeah, I mean, this could get out of hand. I have a little bit more faith, but I could absolutely see your point. It's no, I know you're joking. I just don't want that word in the VOD. Instead of going to when Jay Stern had that conversation with EO and Jayshua last night, it's not a build issue. It's not a skill issue. Most of the time, it is a game issue. I just don't. I don't know. It just seems like this really, really dragged out for no reason.
I don't think that one is that bad. I think it's bad for the players.
Oh, fuck.
Chat,
clearly
lads in chat, I am talking
did
to
not
you now.
invest into attack.
Please do not badmouth other creators.
And Steve, even if you didn't
We're all
pull
chill
seed,
here.
right? Because you
Not
still
EO,
get
not
the
Saint,
benefit from
not Josh,
just
not
one.
Kete.
You still get some buff.
W's only. You can criticize the take, don't
2 is
criticize the
obviously
person.
better. And 2 is them trying to dictate or rather push, hey, we really want to show off dual DPS, or like we really want to do this thing with this comp. So I feel like, yeah, it's really powerful, but I can't really say it's any more egregious than getting a 35 or 50% defense shred on whatever it is just from you popping a couple disorders. Or whenever Miyabi was first here, they basically gave every ice unit or every anomaly unit a free AM disc. Like you walk in there and you get AM 6 for free, which let people run attack 6 Miyabi, and you got the same benefits as if you were running 2 disc 6.
I don't know if I agree with that. Like AOG said, from 2.0, the Ishwin, the buff that's tailor made for Ishwin.
Mm-hmm.
If you next time that buff is in DA for Ishwin, it's gonna also probably be the same buff for Idhari, because we know Idhari's ice rupture, and that buff also happens to buff ice damage. So it's probably gonna be the same buff for Idhari.
Mm-hmm.
What I think people should start doing is really go into that DA cycle, use the shield buff if you have the character that the buff is for, and then do another clear afterwards without it. I accidentally did that with Seed on stream. I accidentally did that. I was trying to get a 55k run, and I got 47, and I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Cooked.
What's going on, bro?
Classic.
And then I was like, oh, wrong buff, right?
He's so good to even realize.
Bro.
Oh, my 47k score.
Oh,
bro, no. We'll blame it on the Astra. The Astra was carrying. Astra had mindscapes. We'll blame it on her. But anyways, that's not my point.
I'm about to do that now. Fuck
it's
her.
not my point.
Fuck her, bro.
My point is, I went back and I redid it with the buff. 13k score difference on the first try on just damage alone.
Yeah.
The shield buffs ever since 2.0 have gotten stronger and much better
for the specific characters on banner.
Mhm.
It's ridiculous. Try running Alice without the Artful buff. You're going to see a significant score difference.
Now, let me ask you, as a
100%.
follow up to that, I'm trying to figure out how to word it. What I want to ask you is, why would it matter? But I don't want to say it that way. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how would that matter for you as a player if you did or did not get that score? Like, if I got the score and you didn't get the score, but I have seed and you don't.
So here, I'll address things in a minute. Was that Foxhole? I don't think Foxhole was in chat. So here's where I come in and ask the grand question time and time again. Why do we continue to play these games if we express the disdain of this well-established mechanics? Game built on collecting the next big thing to kill the next big bad. There's no fundamentals. There's no hidden tutorial, bro. It's only made to be like this. Even though can't change the space, it's again, blank. I think there's that's like a quote-unquote philosophical question about gacha games. The thing is, gacha games don't need to be like this. It's very simple, and the fact of the matter is, there's a way into quote unquote easing into, let's say, more restrictive play styles, more restrictive buffs, etc. Yada yada yada. And then there's just straight up a fucking, I'm gonna do this right now within a matter of 1, 2, 3 patches or less than a year, and shit goes crazy. Sorry, I gotta reply to something with my phone, but I think to reduce his problem or his, talking point down to, well, why do you play a gacha game then, I think is just unfair. I truly do. I do believe that's unfair. I'm really not a fan of that. Obviously, I fucks with you, Blank, but I just think that's bullshit. I'm going to be very transparent with you. I'm not a biggest fan of that type of sentiment, personally. Also, hold on. I need to... Where is this? I literally just had to pay something. So weird. It went away. Oh, okay. It's good now. Yeah, so, bro, Hoiverse hasn't changed any of the games. Well, that's the problem, right? That's the problem. That's the issue. If gacha games are going to... Okay. I don't want to throw off the conversation too much. I'll just say fucking this. Gacha games have a lot of influence in the gaming space, not only just within the things itself. Also, what up, EO? Give a shout out to EO. You're having a good day, buddy. Welcome in, man. I don't want to throw off the fucking conversation. So I will just say I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. EO, you've been watching. Please let me know if I've misconstrued anything you fucking said, because I've been trying to take everything you're saying, and if there's confusion, trying to say it. So, but also, welcome in. Everyone, be fucking nice for the 500th time. Make that very clear. I don't care if you don't like me, you don't like EO, like whatever. Just fucking be respectful. But I don't agree with that, Blank. I don't. But I don't want to deter the whole gacha conversation. Now I got to fucking rewind for a moment. I think it does matter.
I got the score and you didn't get the score, but I have seed and you don't.
Lament!
What difference would that make for you?
Okay.
Like, how does that make you feel any different?
Think about it. Okay, here, I'll give you a great example. I was on Reddit this morning, and someone posted a full M0, no signature engines, seed, Corrin, trigger team. None of them had signature engine, but they got 23,000 points, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, I didn't see the gameplay. They only had the screenshot, so I can't tell you what the gameplay looked like or not. But I did see they were using the seed buff. Now, take that seed buff away. How high do they get? Think about it. They got 23k with the great buff, with the incredible buff.
If we're doing it based off the number you just said with 13k, there's no way they only get 10k.
No, they probably don't get 10k, but they're definitely probably not getting 20, maybe 18, 19.
Then their build's not ready. And that was something that we were talking about earlier with like the math behind it, because that's a level 1 to level 11. So the first 11 HP bars, you're fighting a Shiyu boss. That's all that is. You're fighting a Shiyu defense boss. And if you can't kill a Shiyu defense boss, you're definitely not handling Deadly Assault. And that's a whole different style of like end game.
But do you see that's a player who probably doesn't see it that way, right? That's a player who probably really listen to me real quick. Mm-hmm. That's a player who got that 23k with that seed Corrin team.
Yep. That
was really happy. And
Jason said between a fully built unit and one that's not, damage 10 to 15%. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think there's. Let Kitty finish his point.
Now they're not going to probably look at their builds and see what they can improve, because they're saying, oh, first try with my new C team. Oh my god, like, yo, this team is great. I got the 20K I
Like
needed for
false
my
hope.
3-star. They're probably not gonna look at their build, and then the next time they go and do it without that buff in the future, they're gonna go, oh, what? Wait, but what happened? You see what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're saying, I mean, granted, we can mention a couple of factors when it comes to results-based analysis, right? But I think a lot of us, and when it comes to where I kind of conflict with ALG, is that I'm not trying to say you guys should base your feelings on results-based analysis.
So yeah, but you can't invalidate someone's feelings if they feel a certain.
I don't know. I'm just a little confused right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know, bro. Because it seems like Josh and EO, you're here. You can clarify. It seems like you guys agree to a certain extent. So I don't necessarily know like where the pushback is. Watching that the part of the Josh react, I'm just like, what the fuck? I don't know. Let me hear what he
Way
says.
about getting a score.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't think
And
I'd want to
where I came off, I might have came off in the sense that, like, you should be cold, hard, calculated all the time. You should assess your build, you should assess your performance. No. I don't mean that at all. But I think where we're coming from, especially when we started this section of the conversation, we cut off all the casuals. We were looking at the players who are trying to approach the end game, weren't we?
That's what I was about to mention.
Yeah, so I think that's
at what
also
point do we
what
dictate
we
that?
should say as well, is that like when we're talking about players who are approaching the end game, I think we should be taking what they're saying on faith. Like if they're saying that they're struggling to clear, and I know, Kete, like you and I, we've been into people's accounts when they said that they can't clear.
How much longer is this? Is this really going? Holy fuck, bro! We've been at this shit for like 2 hours. We're not even
and
halfway
we've
done
seen
yet.
like
We're only halfway
absolutely
done.
catastrophic builds. But
Fuck me.
I think we should be taking it on faith that the player base understands what they're doing when they're at that point of play in the game.
I don't think we can though, just specifically because of what you just said. There's more visual reference or evidence for us at least that show when players say like I'm good or I can't clear or I can clear rather, but it's HP inflation, it's the boss, it's the buff, whatever. And then we get on their account and we just smoke it, no problem. Sometimes we don't even have to get on their account. We tell them to like swap the characters around and then they clear it. Oh my God, I got 25K, thanks. Right. And then, they sub up or something like that. We've done that so many times over the last, 6 to 8 months that it's countless. So we can't really take it at face value the same way that we would just have to question it. I wouldn't even say that we have to invalidate it. It's more along the lines of questioning, right? Kate, like just like the comment I showed you yesterday when the guy was like, he has an M6, what was it, M6 Ishwin, M2 Astra, and an M2 Trigger or something like that. And he's like, nah, I can't kill, I can't clear. And it's like and he's so confident that he's like the best player, he knows what he's doing. But
Wait, he just said he had fucking what?
He can't clear. Something like that. Ishwin, when the guy was like, he has an M6
an M6, so they have an M6 Yishwin and they couldn't clear?
What was it, M6 Ishwin, M2 Astra, and an M2 Trigger or something like that. And he's like, nah, I can't kill, I can't clear. And it's like and he's so confident that he's like the best player, he knows what he's doing, but he can't clear. None of us have ever recorded anything with an M6, and it's like, you're just not doing what you need to do.
I think the thing though, EO, and I'm happy you're here, is look, that person clearly has a skill issue. If you have a C6 character and then an M2 Astra, so you're getting massive buffs, also the fact that you have legitimately a C6 character, I'm going to be honest with you, that is a skill issue. That like just straight up at that point, all right, like we got to talk about something. But what do you think is like the percentage of people who have like M6 units that dropped? Right? Cuz what you're saying in this statement makes sense. But how this comes off, and I'm being honest with you because you're right here. How this comes off is you are going to not give the community the benefit of the doubt because of your experience that you had with one person who's a whale. And that's where the disconnect is. For when I'm watching this, and this is why someone is like, I could see like someone be like, what the fuck? Because an M2, an M6, you know, I have M2 units in Astra and my score went down minus 40%. I mean, that's, at that point, Black Sinister, is it a skill issue? Do you think? I don't think that's a skill issue. I feel like some players use HP inflation as an excuse for skill and lazy build on uninvested characters, and it muddies the argument. The trend of HP is going in a bad way. Okay, let's just say that's the case, right? Like, let's just say that's the case. Why are we using those people as a universal fundamental way of trying to invalidate it? Because I'm going to keep it a stack. If you watch Jashua's video, and I fucks with Jashua, I really like Jashua a lot. That's a problem, right? Like, the way that was presented was a little stinky. What you're saying right here, you're talking about an M6. If the argument is about having XYZ carries, and I agree, I think when people do these conversations going forward, and I said this earlier because I was understanding what you're saying. What do you define as endgame? Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm happy you're here. When you said, what do you define as endgame? To me, I'm interpreting that. I was very annoyed at first. I'm going to keep it a stack because the way it was worded, I think, made no fucking sense. I think what you're saying is, what you define as endgame is what is an acceptable score for someone to get at certain base values. Like, what are you saying is the level of base investment to qualify to get good scores? That is my assumption. What is the baseline that this person can achieve something plausible in the end game? Is that what you meant by what is the end game? Like, how do we define end game? Correct me if I'm wrong. Literally, M2 Jane, my score went for 35. It affects people at M2 more than M0 since they never aim higher. No, for sure. Wait, but like, Fluffy though, isn't that a problem if your score went down? Like, isn't that a problem? Like, there's no point in arguing about this end game. The end game is a minority of the whole argument. The end game, agreed, it's an extreme case for sure. Wait, like, there's no point in arguing about this end game. The end game and that end game and the use, and then use a minority for your whole argument. Oh yeah, well, I mean, yeah, using a minority part, it's a little rough. It's a little rough. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I could absolutely see why someone like tears that argument apart, and I'm just being very frank with you, because like we can't generalize the whole audience because of like an obscure example of like C6s, right? But you're understanding and you're saying in plain English, I agree. If you have X, Y, and Z and they're M0 and you might have a SIG or don't have a SIG, there's an issue here. So I just also, what up, Godhead? That's literally less than 1%. That's less than 1%, etc. Kinda. Defining endgame is more so what the actual purpose of it is. Player treat it like it's another place to collect wards, but that's not what endgame is supposed to represent. Defining endgame is more about what the actual purpose of it is. Players treat it like it's another place to collect rewards. Endgame is, imagine going into a Savage raid in Final Fantasy or WoW, but your healer is brand new level 1. I don't think there's like a definition for endgame, to be honest with you. I think endgame is just Deadly Assault and Shiyu. Everyone is going to have their own objective to going into endgame. I think personally, as an outside source, if we're going to have conversations like this, and this should be a learning example for everyone, including myself, we should be giving a baseline of what is an account that is equipped to handle endgame. And that should realistically 3-star, and should realistically, the X account can get 60,000 last Shiyu. Now X account is down to 40,000. What is the issue? What is the issue, right? And so, and I mean this with love, because EO, I got no fucking problems with you. You know that. I think you and Josh took this in a different direction while simultaneously agreeing, and the waters just got completely fucking muddied. Because before you got in here, I straight up said, I don't know what we're fucking talking about. And the way I'm interpreting it is, it kind of is like, we're using these extreme scenarios that you just did in this situation to not want to allow the community to have a narrative? Is there people in any fucking community? It could be fucking gacha. It could be WoW. It could be like, oh, wow, I'm not going to do the end game because Average Luck Gamer said maybe it was bad. Or Ethan said it was bad. Or whatever the case may be. Absolutely. Like 1 million fucking %. I'm not going to sit here and debate that. But if the common sentiment is this, by a lot of people, including the minority of people who don't really fucking know what's happening, well, you know what? I can't even prove it's a minority. But I feel like it's a minority. I'm going to be honest with you. I think we have to be like, okay, there might be some validity to this issue at hand, which is why they're discussing it, and this is the common sentiment. I don't think Average Luck Gamer is creating he's not like spawning a wave of people saying the game is too hard. I think people are already feeling this way, and Average Luck Gamer is speaking up about it. And I think that's the fairest assessment of it. And when I watch this video, you guys say you agree with certain things, but then take it in a completely fucking other direction, and it feels like you're trying to invalidate it. That's how this comes off. Whether that's your intentions or not, and clearly you guys are all cool with each other. You know, he came in hot, and I get why he came in hot because of Josh's video. It just feels a little silly. There's literally to the issue at the hand. It isn't HP inflation. We talked about it, Jason, later in the stream. Yeah, I mean, we'll go over the Jason part, right? But like, I'll bring this back up, right? The problem with AOG Convo is that we come in the middle ground understanding. Exactly. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I see this tweet. Like, you were there with the pokey shit. HSR is just out of control. HSR is out of control. Average Luck Gamer, granted, is not saying the game is dead. He's not saying it's unplayable. Also, what up, Sarah? He's not saying any of that crazy shit. You know that. We both know that. Now, this happened in May 12th. Respectfully, nothing against this person. Zenless HP inflation isn't the problem. You just suck at the game. That was a sentiment that was being thrown out 4 months ago. We are now at the point where other people, whether it's Resi, whether it's Average Luck Gamer, and people are talking about it, and it is not just HP inflation. I want to make that very clear. It is not just HP inflation. You know that. I know that. Chat was trying to fucking take the narrative and turn it into something different. It is not just HP inflation. However, that is a part of it. And the game is going in the direction of the HSR, Genshin Impact, super fucking niche down. Genshin Impact, yeah, Sarah hates ZZZ. Genshin Impact for the first, from 1.0 to Fontaine, yes, it was a character check, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't too crazy. Yes, you have a character check, but you know what? At least I could fight this boss. I could use my Hu Tao, I could use my Arlecchino. Natlin introduced bosses where you needed, let me rephrase that before someone gets their panties in a bunch and cries about it. You severely were performing or struggling if you did not have Natlin characters on top of elemental resistances. So that's 2 layers of resistances being added there that are then going to make the team building less fun and more restrictive. That happened with Genshin. It has happened with HSR. Average Luck Gamer is pointing out he feels it's going down this way. And you might agree to some extent, as well as Joshua. But that Joshua video was a little fucking diabolical, right? Like, does that make sense? I think we're all on the even ground. But like, when I see this part where you're using a C6, we're not talking about theory. Oh, fuck me, bro. How is it a theory? We're seeing it in real time, Dem. We're seeing it in real time. Jason even said it's been happening since 1.4. This is not a theory. This is real fucking time. Dude, I was brigaded like a motherfucker in May. Brigaded like a motherfucker. This is not about me being right. I just want to understand. That was the same fucking argument that was used 4 months ago. It's a theory. It is not a fucking theory. But it's not that crazy. Oh. We're going to continue the video, but I think we're on a common equal ground here. I think you understand. You're super fucking wrong about miasma and I die on that hill. I mean, I made a video saying miasma was... See, here's the other thing. Sidebar. I specifically made a video saying miasma was not as bad as I thought it would be. I literally made a video addressing it, right? I said I thought it was going to get worse, but also wait till you see what happens in the next 2 patches, Tillian. I don't know. We'll see what happens then. And then I show my gameplay of it. I'm very honest. I thought miasma would kill the game. Turns out, it didn't kill the fucking game. and I'm happy. I want this game to be successful. I can't play it daily because it fucking bothers me because it feels like it's a mini Genshin Impact at this point. I'm gonna be very transparent with you, but I addressed that instantaneously, right? I think my credibility is honestly there. Anyways, hold on, let me see. So to be accurate, the numbers we have access to, this has been the thing since one point of the game. No one cared about it. Heard or Miyabi fun, but now attacks being pushed anomaly. People are upset. When you watch and you'll learn a lot more, just like I did. Well, so we watched part of it earlier, and we're gonna watch the whole thing. But and this is a genuine question to anyone that plays the game. Doesn't that kind of mean? Doesn't that kind of mean that at the end of the day, this is a community, like this has been a problem the whole time. The community's just mad because it's not Miyabi. So like there's more validity to Average Luck Gamer's point. I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm not trying to be disingenuous, but Jay Stern said it's super hypocritical that everyone liked Miyabi, and I liked Miyabi. I thought she was fucking cool. But it's like people are being punished for. It's the opposite. I don't understand how. I guess once we get to that point, we'll go over it. I don't see how. I don't see how, but people are being punished because they built anomaly units and they built her. You did hate Miyabi, Sarah. You were in day one Miyabi hater, and now we're at the point where it's the opposite side of the spectrum, and you're punished for fucking building those units, and now you got to build new units and stuff. So I don't know. But okay, let's keep it going. Like again, this take is just a little crazy, but you know, we've got.
Yeah, that was an outlier. Like there's.
But that's what I'm saying.
Bro, there's that was an
My-
extreme. Like yeah, okay.
Now,
To be
bring it
fair,
back
that
down,
comment.
though. You see what I'm
So
saying?
listen to one thing in the game, knowing has told you to diversify since launch, and now you have consequences. I don't know, man. I really disagree with that sentiment. I don't agree with that. At what point did the game say that we're now going to introduce something completely different and anomaly is going to be lackluster? I mean, like, is there genuinely like a time where people knew this was going to happen? Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with that. I feel like it's anomaly wasn't the original king. Why blame the players? I just don't think like. In some instances, if the meta is this volatile, people are just going to be upset either way, and that's not good for the health of the game. I agree with you as well, Senna. I agree with you as well, 100%. I agree with you 100%. How is it unfair for the people they want the build to still work? Yeah, I mean, like, I think they did funnily enough. Can you just, like, show me? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, can you fucking show me that, please? Because, like, I don't know. Endgame is for casuals, average players too. It exists. I know. The reason why Deadly Assault is such a good game mode is that there's a level of skill expression that doesn't exist in other game modes, right? So people use the argument it's only $20,000 for polychromes, right? Then after that, hardcore people like Keddy, like EO, like Josh, like Average, even though Average considers himself a casual gamer, you go past the 20,000 threshold because you want to see the highest score you can get. So clearly there is a level of casualness friendly to these endgame modes. It is a gateway into playing the game more. And if people are struggling with that gateway, and it's not a build issue, and it's not a skill issue, it's a character acquisition issue, and it's a gacha game that is not giving you enough pulls and is not providing you with the proper resources, and the meta is changing so much, that is a problem. It's a problem, right? I just don't know how like we could word it any other way. Like if Wu was dog shit. I fucking hate Weewa, bro. I think it's dog shit. Like why the fuck if I started playing Weewa today, I would never touch Weewa. It's fucking ass. The spawns are horrible. It's AoE based. I gotta fucking now pull AoE characters for this mode. I mean, I could use them other places. Gotta go to bed 24 hours. Yo, Kenny, I appreciate the fuck out of you, dog. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, you have a great fucking night. PM me, man. Definitely keep in touch on Discord. Appreciate the fuck out of you, brother. Thank you. Could summarize a Fortnite terms? I did a Fortnite dance and people are mad. That is a game mode that is not very casual friendly. I hear you, and I similar things, Josh, before we got into the call, but then Jason really taught us numbers. I even got fact checked of all people. Yeah, so then should we just watch the whole J Stern call then? Like, should we just skip to the J Stern call? Because I don't know, man. I just feel like this is the HSR stuff and the Genshin stuff all over again. I really do. Let's go to the J Stern call. I got 25 hours of the heart problems. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man needs to get some rest. He needs to get some rest. Does this go on for a whole other 100, like a whole 100? It's HSR, but faster? I don't know if I'd say it's faster, to be honest. Claw's not in the VOD. Say one thing, because I just want to say one thing, because I always think about this when people argue about games with casual, this and that. A casual is someone who wouldn't even look at the guides or content. True. Athom is spitting. Damn, Athom, I didn't know you were still alive, brother. No, you're right. He cleared up a lot of shit. There's bits of misinfo from our sides, which surprised me. Okay. All right, bet. All right, let's see. Where is... When did Jason join this call? This is
A
crazy.
fucking twig
This is
is
crazy. This
cr-
llama shit is crazy.
Yes.
You should probably share your screen.
Okay.
Oh, I need a.
Oh, before this.
Go and go. Oh, it's pop.
Okay.
Find an
I want to watch... Yo, where's your VOD? Here. Do you know what timestamp in your VOD? Since you're in here.
It's a great feeling either.
There's no feeling. There's no feeling. There's
All of the gotcha out of here. Fix the game. Make the bosses neutral. I am with
50.
you.
Good looks.
But
good
we
looks,
are
good looks, good
fighting a
looks.
battle that is like
Okay, hold on.
not our
respectfully,
fight. Like it's
this pissed
so
me off.
hard for
I'ma
us
be
to do
honest.
that. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest.
And like the
I'm gonna let this
concept
play.
alone of fighting the gotcha or like not liking the gotcha elements is
Fuck!
An investment business or company or even
Fuck! Bro, I really disagreed with that. Like, you were using Genshin Impact as an example, and I'd be down to talk about this in the call. Why are you mad about that? Dude, it is your fight, though. Like, but it is, right? Like, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hold on. What was the timestamp of that, bro? That shit got me tight. I'm gonna just keep it a stack with you. Because it literally is your
trying
fight.
to be good
Let me go back
stewards
here.
and good representation.
We're on the same page about what's happening and what's going on, then it
Damn,
becomes a
not
lot
too gifted 20 gifted subs, bro. Oilers, what the fuck? Where they at? Yo, where they? What
easier.
the fuck?
But if we're talking about it,
I love Zenless
if
of
we're
Zero. Give
talking
me
about it-
$20. What the fuck?
um,
Give me 20 gifted
calculator
subs.
that has previous.
Fuck, bro, dude, I'm so tight that we just lost that timestamp.
we've been doing anomaly for so long
Hold on.
that a lot of the bosses were just anomaly shills, right? Like
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was in the chat. I got up. I said I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna just keep it.
I'm not clearing. Let me check.
there are things that you can do in the game to help on top 1% the issue. Them getting the
But I think what
Exactly. So
Basically
that's where. But if we're going a little bit into the weeds and the numbers and the minutia of it a little bit, it's hard
Yeah. Do you know the timestamp about not our fight
to
part?
mix in.
Because I think that's a really
20
big talking point. I
million,
really do.
somewhere in that range, right? I think it'd be
It's just
really
so
nice
easier
if
to
someone.
navigate.
Yes.
versus
We're not
pancake
trying to be
situation,
bad
you
faith
know?
actors to ourselves. Like we're trying to be good stewards
Oh, this shit's gonna
and
take
good
a while.
representations for the game. And it starts from us. right?
Like where I would be concerned is the moment where I can't do something in the game, like physically I cannot do this action or use this team or whatever the case may be that has already worked before. That is where I'd be concerned, but I wouldn't be concerned about like the actual HP of it or the score. Only in Deadly Assault, and primarily because we're not supposed to be able to kill that boss anyway. The reason
I think I'm gonna let you
they
finish
keep
your call.
increasing it,
Take your-
only I can assume this is the reason, is because we're not supposed to kill it. And every single patch, one of us comes out with an M0, W0 kill, 2 cost kill, whatever. So like they're trying to find a way to mitigate that because it's not supposed to happen. Now the shield buffs, you know, like yay or nay on that doesn't really, like, I guess the only other thing you could do is just take the buffs away. Because if you make mediocre buffs, that does nothing for us. If you make too weak of buffs, we complain. And if you make too strong of buffs,
Oh, my
we'll
girl's texting
complain.
me.
So at that point, the option they would have is just take them away. Then no one gets any extra points and everyone has a significantly harder time, especially the players who are trying to get just
Wait, I gotta show you guys this real quick. Look at what my girl just texted me. Yo, my girl said sharks if they were in Wuwa, and it's just a shark with gigantic tits. What the fuck? Like, this is the most random thing. Like, this is, bro, she just woke up. Like, what the fuck is this? Holy fuck. I love Average Luck Gamer. Was good, Tula. Put it in the game. Ah. Yo, Tula, good morning. Sneaky, give me a shout out for Tula. Okay. In terms of the killing buffs, I mean, like, sure. Again, I don't know how many people kill it. I don't want to be disingenuous and speak on that. I guess the part we gotta lock it in. Hold on, we'll get to that after. Hold on, because where is it? Around 6:30. Okay, let's see.
That's why none of the issues in this entire fucking space.
Nah, this guy wasn't in the call during that time. Okay, look, I'll sum it up. When you said it's not our fight, I do think it is. And I'm not trying to do this fake activism bullshit. That's not what I'm talking about. I think it's very simple. You weren't here. I'm going to use the same analogy. When you got the timestamp? Oh, Fluffydo's on it, bro. Fluffydo is fucking on it.
I am with you, but we are fighting a battle that is like not our fight. Like it's so hard for us to do that. You know what I mean? And like the concept alone of fighting the gacha or like not liking the gacha elements is okay because I still enjoy the game. I still like the game, and I think you still like the game to a degree, right? But
I love the game.
It's really like
we're
climbing Mount
he said it hates
Everest with that one.
But here's the thing though, is that the gacha wasn't so overt, it wasn't so extreme all the way up until probably 2.0. Like it didn't feel super shilled. It felt great. Like, because you could pull the new character and have a lot of fun, or you could not, and you could still clear with whatever the fuck you wanted to. Relatively.
I think to me, the point, and this is why I think it's important, EO, because I saw your tweet the other day. I thought it was about me, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not fake activism, and maybe it's not about me. It is what it is. Like, when I was shitting on Genshin Impact, right? It's not fake activism. League of Legends got rid. I don't know if you play League. They got rid of Hextech Chest. It's legitimately like the game is a million times bigger. Oh, for sure. Like that I understand, right? People they did a Genshin boycott. That shit didn't work. That shit was whack, right? Like it wasn't gonna work. It's not about anyone in particular. No worries. It's all good. Because I was the only one on Twitter that the day of the Genshin live stream shitting on it. Like I was getting crazy hate. But the point is, the games, and it's not just Hoyo, although we've seen Wuwa listen to players when they talk a lot. It's not a Koro versus Hoyo thing, but they make billions of dollars. Like they just made $200 million also HSR in a matter of fucking 2 months, right? When I look at a game like League, that's a lot bigger, it has a lot more players, and it's way more divided, it's way more crazy filled, and they got rid of Hextech Chess, and they made it super fucking predatory. The community was like, holy fucking shit, this is bad. And literally everyone got together and forced the hand of Riot. To me, I find it crazy that in gacha, we can't even get creators on a common ground to sit down and agree on something and be proactive instead of reactionary. And what happens is when people downplay it, now I'm not saying you're directly trying to downplay this, right? Although it does come off like that way in this, but you're here, so you've clarified that. When people downplay it, I love Doro. When Doro says everyone's drama farming, he has a massive audience. That audience is now going to think anyone who speaks out is fucking drama farming. And then it's like we take this concern and it's just thrown to the wind and it's never talked about. Average Luck Gamer has nothing to gain from speaking out about this, right? He really doesn't. It's just going to be probably a negative, but although he's going to be fine. When I see like the video of like Josh, I'm like, it's a little stinky. It's a little stinky, right? When this is something that we could say, hey, I don't agree with every single take here, but I do think that we are going down the wrong path. It's like, why can't we just get people on the same fucking page? I disagree with you. Remember what happened during the Nuvelet issue? It took CN players for them to listen. Okay, but do you know what happens with CN? Obviously, they care about CN, but the thing is, the Western side, the English side, they can't even fucking agree on what color the sky is. It's fucking insane. Like, with Wuwa, the biggest piece of feedback was please add flying to Huang Long from 2.0. That came out in January. 9 months later, enough people complained about it, they added it to Huang Long. There's sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't, right? But when we say it's not our fight, I just don't like. I feel like it's literally like you as a creator And I, as a creator, are supposed to have conversations with the community about these things and be honest. And I'm not saying you're not being honest, but to not be like, nah, it's the player. Because everything that I've seen and heard really comes off like it is the player. And we'll get to the J-Stern convo in a moment. But that shit, I kind of rage quit the conversation at that point. I'm going to be honest with you. The best way to play gotchas is to expect this? No, that's not a good answer. That's not a good, like, why are we saying a company and other companies, including Wuwa, that's $1 billion company. This Hoyo's $1 billion company. Nikkei makes millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Why the fuck do you want slop? Like, it's like, why do you want to get your fucking asshole finger popped and then Dawei spits your mouth and it's like, okay, thank you, I love this. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking like, no, you don't. And then the conversation, as I said earlier, is, okay, are gacha games a monetization model? Are they a subgenre of gaming? Because they can't just be a monetization model. But then after that is, oh, well, it's not. Well, the end game is shifting every single month, and your time is getting devalued. Your money is getting devalued. The characters you pulled are devalued. Everything is completely devalued. What the fuck? So the way my brain works, Ethan, I have the combo max 3 times. After that's quit, the game stopped complaining. I've just been raised. So the way my brain works, Ethan, if I have the combo max 3 times, after that it's quit the game or stop complaining. I've just been raised to not continue to do something I have not choice. Sure, but I get that. I'm with you. Same fucking thing. I get you. But the way this conversation comes off, and the way this whole fucking statement and the C6 and the Josh React and everything else is, everyone go follow Red New, everyone go follow EO, etc. This is the player's fault. It is what it is. There's nothing that could be done. But the point is, it can be done. And you are surrounded by CCs that are good people, right? Like the ZZZ CC space seems to be pretty tight. It seems to be pretty dope. Like you got Josh, you got Average Luck Gamer, you got Ketty, Age is in there. There's that other guy, beautiful dude with long hair. I don't know his fucking name. There seems to be really fucking good people, right? I think if you guys are the figurehead of these communities, I think it's absolutely your responsibility to get into a call like you guys did yesterday. Now, granted, I think everyone needs to lay down ground rules. We said this already, and be like, okay, where do we agree? How do we tell our communities, let's send fucking feedback and keep going? You know what I mean? That's I think that's like the fairest thing. I think it absolutely, like, if I didn't make a video, personally, I'm using myself as an example, and I'm making another video shitting on fucking Wuwa's Endgame. If I didn't make a video shitting on Wuwa's 2.6, I'd be very disappointed in myself. Right? Everyone says like I'm a Koro Glaze or whatever. This fucking patch is ass, bro. I'm not having fun. There's bugs. There's no fucking content for me to do. It's whack. A lot of the systems are super underbaked. They're undercooked. Like, I'm gonna fucking shit on it. I've been canceled. I've done this a million times. I've been brigaded by the Wuwa community at points. I've been canceled. Sometimes I've been right. Sometimes I've been wrong. Whatever. The point is like, again, I'm not trying to take a moral high ground. I want to make this very clear. I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm not saying you're lesser than me. This is not a situation of who's right, who's wrong. I'm just telling you my perspective is if I see you as a CC, one of the biggest CCs in that community, and clearly there was a communication issue in this fucking VOD. But to be like, nah, I just don't like, the reason why it's, and I see it's like, it's not my fight. It's not that big of a deal. Like, it's just like, all right, like, again, you could feel that way, but then the backlash of it with the things that we're saying, like, I get it. Like, I understand, you know? So also, guys, everyone, please be fucking respectful and shit, etc. Okay, hold on, let me see. I might just be pessimistic then. I think you're absolutely being pessimistic. And you know what? People do want slab. I know someone said 2K, etc. Yeah, that's the problem with gaming, right? Look at Silksong. People are, go watch Gotcha Smack's video. Game companies are shaking in their boots because Silksong is a great fucking game and it was only for $20. People are like, well, we can't deliver quality for $20. It's like, this is not a grandstanding. It's not a moral thing. It's not I'm better than you. Again, I see that perspective and I'm just like, I don't agree with it. Now, let's get to the fucking J-Stern call. That's how I see that. I mean, you want to reply real quick, but like, it's yeah, that's how I look at it. So yeah, it's on Game Pass too. It probably is. I wouldn't be surprised. My question, Ethan, is: do you think you've made differences? Because I'm kind of black-pilled, where it's like they're not going to see or care. I think I think a lot of people who are who fucking talk negatively about this stuff. 100% I do. At least with WoA, I do. There's been a lot of changes. There's been some changes that's never been made, and they probably will never be made. I've been very vocal about echoes sucking since day one. Echo farming being dog shit. I'm going to make another video about Nightmare Nest. But I do think that there are certain devs that are conditioned to listen to their audience because they know they could lose a part of their capital if they don't. And the problem is Hoyo just, it is what it is, right? Also, I do agree I don't think there's directly a CC program anymore. To clear up any confusion, anytime I've been reached out by a sponsor from Hoyoverse, anytime they've asked me to do any work for them, it has been directly through my agency. As someone who was in the CC program of uploading things for Primo Gems, they fired every single fucking NA person who worked on there. Any single person that would communicate between the liaisons of creator and liaison China, they fired all of them. My CC manager does not work for Hoyo. He's not worked for Hoyo for months. I don't think there's directly a CC program, but I've been offered contracts. I'm not going to speculate and say that you guys are on a contract or a program, although I believe at some point you guys said something like that to that effect when you spoke with Jay Stern. But I've also declined all of those offers at the same time because they didn't offer me enough money. But that's a different conversation. So yeah, that program's bullshit. I just want to make that very clear. Very, very clear. Everyone's different, obviously, but they do have contracts still, but a program is not there. But just to be clear, doing like Hoyo creators or whatever, gives you no access or access directly invited to Yomi early access. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Red News said it. Bam. There you go. And Red News a fucking shill, bro. He plays Uma Musume now. Now he fucks horses. So, all right, let's get into this J Stern part. Fuck me.
It's never get solved because it's just people throwing fucking knives at each other.
Whoever this guy's a cool dude. I think it's Nyx, right?
Everyone understands where everybody is coming from.
Where's J Stern hopping in?
That common ground.
Yeah, I mean, I did assume that to a degree, but only because I've been around the block. I've been here for a little bit.
650. Oh, is it 650? Okay.
Feelings and
I thought it was
expectations.
Okay.
Things happen, as Nick said earlier. You know,
650.
You'd actually explain it this way: the difference, each substat is about one.
Saying, okay, that's something that I never would have considered that.
Why didn't you? Because I made you go. I made you go back and play 1.0 teams.
That's why I didn't consider it.
Go back a little more. Okay.
But we're missing the force,
Twitch
right?
Sucks cock, bro.
Literally, Kate and ALG show that people don't have to have good builds, and like we were using that as an argumentative point. But again, like that's again one of the micro arguments over the whole conversation. But I mean, really quickly, thank you again, Jason, for the raid. Let me just get you in here real quick.
Okay, cool. So Jason comes in now. I think it's good this conversation's happening. I think this is a positive. I think we need more of this in the gotcha space. I want to make that very clear. You could say I think this is very positive. This is what I tried to have the other day with the Genshin creators and went well. I think this is good stuff.
Thank you, Nick.
Okay, wait, hold up. I'm gonna add him, and then you guys yap a little bit. I gotta use the restroom. I'll come back.
Sure, I'm gonna beat that ass.
Wrap it up.
What if I gotta use the restroom real quick?
Hello.
Oh, you took your break before me.
Hello.
That's my break.
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Right back. You guys yap a little bit.
Okay.
By the way, EO, get your oiler in here. I'll say I love ZZZ, please. I like if he wants to come give some. I need some subs, boys.
So one thing you need to consider, is there's a big scale for players. What affects one end affects the other end.
This is more positive than HSR, yes, because Pokey didn't want to fucking listen anyway.
So the comment of the builds aren't good enough to deserve it, that's an insane statement.
Yeah, I'm not
one,
even
those
limiting
aren't
that
the only
to
players being affected. Two, it's not about the build. Sometimes it's literally about owning the characters. That is the actual biggest hurdle to getting 20k.
Okay.
having characters that match up well into the specific boss.
I think the matchup
It's
is fine.
not about the builds. Good builds will get you from 20k to 40k or to 60k. It's literally
just having the character get you like a free 20k.
Yeah,
with
that's how this
nothing else.
content is designed, more or less.
Okay, that's something that I never would have considered that.
Why didn't you? Because I made you go. I made you go back.
This
and
is
play
Nyx, right?
1.0 teams.
Is this Nyx?
That's
And the
why I
first
didn't
time you
consider
tried
it.
And the first time you tried it, you said,
Yeah, okay.
I had to switch out Lycan for lighter to get my clear. And I said, do it again.
Yeah.
You felt that. You made that decision.
I know,
like,
but that's why I'm saying I said what I said. Because I did it with shit builds with 1.0 teams.
Yes, but I had to force you to go back and do it. You
Right,
had
but
already given up to switch to the easier character.
But even when I used the character, it wasn't a free 20k. That's why I was surprised by that statement.
I definitely don't think it's a free 20k. I understand. I think J Stern is it's not a free 20k, but if you do build it a little bit, then yes. Like if you just go in with a level fucking 60 character or like no good disc or some shit, yes, obviously it's not free 20k. But once you build them, then yes, it is free. I guess in a sense, it's substantially easier because of the fact that this is the character that is being fucking shilled at that time. It is literally Genshin. It is literally Genshin coded. So Alice Yuzo versus Mimic Fiend is a low-key free 20k. Sure, yes, obviously. Again, I think this is where the conversation gets lost because I don't think Jay Stern is saying that it is legitimately just. I know his words were verbatim a free 20k, but I think we're taking that as a. Oh, so if I just get the character, that's it? Like, no, you still have to fucking build them. You still need to have some sort of investment. I feel like this conversation is kind of getting taken into, oh, so the build doesn't matter. It's like, no, obviously it does. But the character acquisition of the correct character for that side is clearly going to help and make it be thing. Not in a literal sense exactly, but I'm saying I feel like this is being interpreted as a literal sense, and it's not a literal sense. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's clear naked. Yes, I agree. I agree.
Let me actually explain it this way. The difference, each substat is about 1.5 or 1%. So the difference between a 30 sub build and a 40 sub build is literal months worth of energy, and it's 10% damage. 15% damage at most.
Don't say free then. Okay, but like Footler, like at like. I don't know, man. Like he just gave you the clarification. It's a hyperbolic statement. You know what I mean? It's significantly easier than using a fucking Billy. Does that make sense? No, it is not necessarily free, but people are going to take this as literal. He's not being 100% fucking literal.
Okay.
Like it's just so crazy. Like why is that even?
That is not enough to go. That kind of variance isn't enough to fully move the needle. So even if you have a bare bones build, you are still getting most of your damage.
So then
or at least a significant enough portion of your damage.
Okay.
So then the other factor is skill.
The builds argument is more relevant is when you're trying to force a matchup. So if you were to play Isan on the Miasmic Fiend or the Defiler, then it would be more of an argument about having a good build.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they're making the design hostile to playing outside of the specific matchup. They've been doing this for quite a while. It started for Miyabi, and that's why I have such a problem with people complaining about it now. Because it was okay when it was for Miyabi, but now it's a problem.
Yeah. That's something that I mentioned.
Very hypocritical.
With the anomaly shilling versus the attack shilling, and it's just reversed now.
Yes.
But I also didn't know that about what you mentioned before, because I just didn't take that into account with like I guess how I play. Because even with what Nyx was mentioning, If it's not the character at that point, or if it is the character at that point and less of the builds, then the other factor would have to be skill. Because I cleared that and I did not have like good builds at all.
Skill is more often than not about repetition and time investment, which is just not something all players are willing to do. And you know what? I am someone who does reset for good runs on Deadly Assault. I'm trying to get seed 65k, M0 seed, M0
I know,
NB,
sir, I
M2
know.
Astra. I'm up to 63.5 right now.
I don't think it was that bad, but each their own. But I think, do you understand what the message he's trying to convey, though? Do you understand the message? And then which skill is not necessarily like, yes, there is skill expression, obviously, but the stats themselves are not being the defying factor in certain cases. Obviously, there's a big difference from like level 1 drive disc to like whatever the max level is and max talents, but like a couple levels or a couple talent levels is not going to be the defining fucking thing. It's not always you just suck cock and you got to get better. It's you have to like grind more.
After
the modifier not the base, sure.
Literally 16 hours of attempts over this TI.
16 hours of attempts.
That is not.
But you do suck cock, Trope.
A reasonable assumption for any.
True. My fault.
Reasonable person to do, and that is not an easy score to get.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would we consider reasonable being that kill though? Like that, you're
no.
in that. Yeah, you're in that top
The
percent.
point that I want to make is a lot of people look at a clip of a kill and go, "Oh, it's possible. Whoa, look at what this guy did."
I hate that.
And just don't acknowledge how difficult it is and how much
Yes.
time that player had to put in.
That shit's so annoying.
Yeah,
So
no,
what
I'm
I
right
said
behind you on
before-
that.
So what
It's
I
the
said
same with
before
these
when I told
A rank
you that.
only clears or solo clears. They aren't easy.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Though. EO, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm 95% sure when this discourse was happening a couple months ago, I've seen you tweet out clears of 4 stars of witches with Billy. If there was a problem in Wuwa and I could solo with Donjin, I can't use my 4-star clears or solo with Donjin as a reason to justify in which that like it's still doable. Like I'm being, again, I'm pretty sure I've seen you use that argument on fucking Twitter. And I've seen a lot of people use this argument. And that argument bothers me. It's not about soloing. Okay, I use Yang Yang, fucking Havoc Rover, and Verena, right? Like he's saying this, but like this is something that I've seen you use as an argument as why there's not an issue in the game. I'm being honest. It's a little crazy. Like I can't do that on Wuwa, and I play the game like a fucking professional, right? A professional. That's not relatable. And so, solo Donjin is a queen, automatically valid Donjin. My argument wasn't about soloing, is that if the person could solo 1 unit, then most players should be able to clear with 3 units. Yeah, but that's not the case. Like, in this example, forget the solo, my bad. Let's do this instead. Forget the solo. When you're sharing clears of Billy, Nicole, and Anby on Twitter, it's like, it's doable. Yes, it's doable. But it's doable for the top percent. Like that's the top 1% of endgame players. Like, sure, I'm not doing that. I'd be surprised if you're doing that. And so when he says this is directly cutting the legs from the argument that was presented months ago by a lot of creators. It's not just you. And guys, please be respectful. But a lot of fucking people use that argument. Like very 0.1%. So it's like these things are not, we can't go by like if Rezi could fucking clear with Billy and like these crazy characters, like that's insane. Like that's an anomaly, I guess you could say, right? That's like a fucking anomaly. So like you're saying you're happy he used that argument, but your guys are discounting how Billy is weak. It's not the nail in the coffin, but it's a supporting argument. Yeah, it's just a supporting argument that I think is invalidated. And Jay Stern is saying, yeah, that doesn't really fucking help a lot. Like it doesn't make much sense. Like Rezi has spent hours and hours and hours to master that. That's not like we can't use that as a okay, well, since Rezi is able to spend 40 hours to clear with these 3 characters, Jane Doe or whoever the fuck is going to be able to clear with this. Just because I don't post it for someone's validation doesn't mean I'm not in my Discord running sets. I don't know what that means. Wait, hold on. The argument is constantly. Wait, let me pull this up. Hold on, so I can see what the rebuttal is. The argument is constantly used. Is they're never able to do the clear themselves. That was pointing something's clear. I wonder why. Well, again, listen. This is not to shit on EO, guys. This is not to shit on EO. This is not a shitting on EO thing. It's not only EO has used this fucking argument. It's not. Please don't fucking sit here and be like, oh, fuck you, EO. I'm simply just pointing out that this was an argument that was pushed by a lot of creators, a sub-argument that is invalid. It just doesn't fucking make sense. Logically, it doesn't make sense. And when I said this, I was fucking brigaded to all fucking heavens and told that I should shut the fuck up. Obviously not by EO. The point is like, it's the same argument as Sealy zero cycling. Absolutely. With the second, it's like when Pokey, when Cassius drops, everyone talks about HP inflation. He's like, well, some dude on Billy zero cycle. That's like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing? Like, this is bullshit. So I just want to point out, like, yes, you're saying you're happy he's saying this, but understand, like, from the perspective of someone who has watched you, has paid attention to you, and fucks with you, I like you, this is an argument you have provided before. So, guys, don't make this a personal thing, but I'm trying to be as transparent with you as possible. I hope you understand that.
They are achievements that
and
should
as
be
fucking
respected,
charitable
but
and
they are
nice as
not
possible.
Expectations. With
Before,
these
when I told
A rank
you that-
only clears or solo clears, they aren't easy.
Mm-hmm.
They are achievements that should be respected,
This
but they are
coffee's
not
fucking
expectations.
disgusting. I got a new
You
one.
should not show someone a clip of that and go, look what could be done, skill issue. That's gross. And
So-
disingenuous.
So when I brought that
yeah.
up before, when I told you to do that,
How is it
2.0
invalid? It does support that A ranks can clear S ranks. Would be way easier. Billy's one of the worst. Fluffy though. I really, if like, bro, if you just don't understand it at that point, I think you might just be lost. Also, let me move chat here, and I mean that respectfully. If you don't understand how someone who sits, I mean, like Jay Stern said it in his own words. Like, if you won't take it from me, take it from Jay Stern. Jay Stern literally. Let me fucking rewind.
Solo clears, time that player had to put in. They don't respect it.
Yeah,
So
no,
what
I'm right
said
behind you on that.
before- So what
It's
I
the
said
same with
before, when
these
I told
A rank
you that-
only clears or solo clears. They aren't easy.
Mm-hmm.
They are achievements that should be respected, but they are not expectations. You should not show someone a clip of that and go, look what could be done, skill issue. That's gross.
Do you want me to like repeat it again or say it in Espanol? And again, this is why, EO, I mean this respectfully, you have gotten backlash because this is something you have tweeted before. And it's good that we're all having a conversation and coming to an understanding. Like straight up, you know Spanish? I'm Puerto Rican, baba. Donde está la biblioteca? That's all I know. I failed Spanish in high school as a Puerto Rican kid. This is why there was criticism. And it's good that we're fleshing this out as a community. Does that make sense? Does everyone understand? Other than the one guy. Because I'm not getting one guy by this guy anymore. We got to keep going. We got like an hour of discussion to go through. Does this make fucking sense? Right? Are we cool? I feel like everything is like straight up. I'm a fine Latina. Absolutely, brother. I'm being as charitable, as nice, and just like the most fucking neutral party of all time. The real Mr. Poke here without like the weird shit. We're good? I don't understand. Well, you're just fucking autistic. It is what it is. You know, but I'm never doing it again. Yeah, well, hey, man. Okay, cool. I'm going to keep it pushing now. Awesome.
And
So,
disingenuous.
so when I brought that up before, when I told you to do that 2.0 kill on Shiyu, or the 2.0 with the 1.0 team, I said there has to be a middle ground of what you would need, as in resources and what you would need as a player, and however much skill you have means that you can have less resources and still do the same as someone who has the resources but less skill. And there's currently the biggest problem is that there is no common ground as to what that middle ground is. And people are going back and forth of it should be like this, but this is possible. And there is no common middle ground agreement of you should have this at this point.
Yep.
Okay, you can somewhat extrapolate what a build should look like given a period of time. I think the players that are negatively impacted the most are players who take breaks in return instead of new players. I saw Josh here wants to do a fresh account run.
I am.
Something you'll quickly discover is you're going to end up with about 300 wishes for limiteds. That's enough to get really whatever you want. Actually, I think it might be about 400 by now. It's enough to get really whatever you want.
All right, chat. Where are we at? Okay, right now, where are we at? Where are we at, guys? Because
a returning player is not going to have access to that.
Yeah.
They're just going to have whatever content they missed, which is going to be like maybe 50, maybe 100. Because a lot of the wishes are in an update are only accessible if you're playing during that update.
Would you say the same thing for the other gacha games too, like
time
Genshin?
Events. Yes, the same thing for Genshin. Where, well, Genshin has more primos or more wishes permanently available because it adds more permanent content. Roughly every region in Genshin is about a 10 pull worth of permanent content.
Okay.
Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less.
Damn, that sucks.
And then there's other stuff in the trees. People keep track of this.
That's dog shit, son. What
But
the fuck? Dog
there
shit
are wishes
game.
that are permanently available, and there are wishes that are time gated, or only available when you play. I can pull up the charts actually, if I find them.
I hate when people use evidence. Get the fuck out of here with that evidence shit, bro. Nobody cares. Tell me how you feel. 10 pulls, damn. I know
That makes
10 pulls
sense.
is nothing.
Yeah,
10 pulls is
I
nothing.
like that though. Like newer players aren't as affected as much. So it really is the ones that we're returning players.
I love
Or I guess also to include that players that made bad investments and they're trying to play
But
catch
see,
up.
So this would be
the reality of a live service game. It just is. Because if I've played gacha for literally over a decade. I've done competitive, I've done casual, I've done all different types of gacha. And even in a competitive sense, everyone's builds are going to skyrocket if you take a 3-month, 2-month like break, and you have to. The game is going to keep going on even if you stop playing.
Competitive gacha, yes sir.
So there has to be some form of a like.
Gacha,
I understand that I am behind right now.
Yeah, Borderlands not working. It's
and
dog. I got to refund
up.
it. It's ass.
But how much that should be? I have to catch up. Like how much you have to catch up is the topic of discussion right now.
Yeah.
And no one knows what that should be because no one can agree on it.
Okay, so usually catching up in these games is pulling the new characters. The problem is when people present it as pulling reruns, because pulling reruns is a good way to permanently be behind.
Yeah.
No, you should pull Shorekeeper though.
The next best thing is always around the corner. It's almost always better to
until the next patch
get a new character than a rerun.
I'm not saying anything.
There are exceptions to this.
Okay.
But the general rule is you want to look towards new things, because the new things are also the ones that are going to have the content developed around them.
Damn, he's really cooking right now. Okay.
So even if a character might not be theoretically as good as another, they'll be more useful in the moment.
Okay, I just got back.
Kenny.
Can someone quickly catch me up, TLDR?
God damn it, boy. So we've established that newer players have it significantly easier to get into the game. They don't struggle as much as we were talking about before. And that it would be the player who took some breaks or skipped some patches, and possibly the player that is making bad investments, but they just need to pull the newer characters. We also talked about the
appreciate you, Nitro.
That HP inflation, what affects the top end, affects the bottom end. Jay Stern explained that to me in his way, so I understand it more.
Okay.
So I also sent you the graphs of all of the pulls available for Star Rails.
What is this guy talking about? Hold on. What is this dude? Is this guy being annoying? Hold on. I'm telling you the only because there's Wait, what is this? What do we have in here, bro? Oh, fuck me. EO's HP inflation videos when he sees the sweat team's high level C. Easy, bro. That video is 98% areas high skill level. Let's not forget the original team. I bet I believe like 95% of players housing mind. Less than 100% of the entire active plays. I don't understand why this is so hard for some people to get, because you're literally criticizing why 90% aren't playing endgame. They only aren't playing because of the issues. Like spewing most X, Y equals most W. True. Like Chris 9%, I'll say that I only care about the play. Fluffy, give your throat some rest, bro. It's so crazy. And I'm telling you, they only aren't playing endgame. You're arguing something concerned about. Yes, you are. You're just conceding that they're the same. Do you all like the CZUI? No, it's still dog shit. I'm confused. What are we arguing in that thread? What are we arguing in that thread? I don't understand. All right. EO, just to clear up any confusion, so you understand where average luck gamer's coming from. You understand where average luck gamer's coming from. EO said anyone could do it. Well, okay, but like if EO's acknowledging that that's not the same thing anymore, then okay, like what are we gonna do? Like he had a conversation with someone last night. He acknowledges in which that not anyone can do it, and it's not just a skill issue, and it's not just a stat issue. Like, realistically, yes, he made other tweets before saying otherwise, and other people have done other tweets otherwise. It is what it is. Like, fucking, what are you gonna do? He's having a conversation. He's being educated right now. Like, right now, in 4K, as we're watching it, right fucking now. Right? The reason why I stopped watching the average luck gamer thing is because I don't want to shit on Joshua and Neo, because they're having a conversation about the conversation. A follow-up. So it is what it is. What do you want me to fucking do? Do you want me to fucking ban EO because he had a bad take? Respectfully, like all right, like he's fucking learning. Okay, like what do you want from me? Like what do you want him to do? Okay, yes, EO was hard body pushing that shit. I get it. It was fucking annoying. I agree with you. We're watching him talk to a professional right now. So lock it in. And if fucking EO is being informed and changes his beliefs and thought processes on something, awesome. If he doesn't, then after that I will say, EO, what the fuck are you talking about? And if you're still saying that every player could do it because some dickhead did it with fucking 3 characters, I'm gonna be like, you're bugging. Fucking just be charitable for like 2 seconds. Like 2 seconds. Stop this tribalistic bullshit and lock it the fuck in. Just lock it in. Yeah, bro. Everyone says something before. All right, let's go. Let's talk about
Sunless Engagement over
Fuck
the updates.
Mm-hmm.
So they have permanent wishes.
I think we've established is saying that something is doable is not the same as it's easy. It's just because it's previously conflated doesn't mean EO should delete his video. The point is doable will still remain. Yeah, like it is doable, but the point that was projected, whether EO's intentions were this or not, was that it was used as a follow-up, that it could be relatable for everyone. And that is not the case. He's talking about this, and we are moving past that. I'm not going to fucking to do him dirty. For it is what it is. Okay, let's move on now, please, for the love of fucking God.
In a separate color, and you can
Like,
see how
Jesus Christ,
few
just
of the wishes
fucking
in
be
the
nice
update
for
are
2
actually
seconds.
permanently available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to
really
pull it up on
quickly.
the stream, you can.
Yeah, really quickly, for those who are just joining in.
Josh is giving a thing. Yo, what up, Sloth?
what's
What
up,
up, baby?
folks? Okay, take.
Fuck, he
hopefully,
left.
You know, very
No,
generally.
guys, never mind. Bro, he literally left. He's gonna take a shit. He's not gonna remember anything. He's about to tweet right now. If someone could do it with Billy, Nicole, and like Anby, it's over. Fuck, he took a shit. It's over. It's fucking. He teleported out. People are just lambasting. Yo, the previous move you made was ass. Like, move past it. Like, all right, bro. Like, come on, man. It's not that fucking deep. It's gotcha games, bro. Like, just fucking chill out. We're all here to talk and have a conversation. This is why nothing gets fucking progressed. Nothing gets further. Everyone's made bad takes. I made bad takes about Branch. Should I be fucking exiled from the Woo community? I probably should, but it's because I'm a raging fucking... No, let me stop. But yeah, like, chill out, man. Just chill out. EO needs to clarify what he means by ban of Vesper turning in player. Okay, bro. Oh, fuck, man. Okay. All right, let me... Look. And this is respectfully to EO. Sometimes you be saying shit. and I don't know what you mean, right? I'm gonna just keep it a stack. And I think there are sometimes you might convey a message and it might not be what you felt. He right now is learning, is fucking listening to people and fucking listening to a professional, all these other people, and they're all gonna regroup again, in my assumption, and have a conversation. I wish there was a fucking genuine. I'm not saying Keddy's not a mediator, but like, fucking hit me up, bro, please, for the love of God. Stop fucking sitting here and bringing up the fact we spoke with him. I brought it up to tell him, to point out to EO, the reason why people were frustrated with you, including myself, is you used this argument previously. I held him accountable. Yeah, I get what you're understanding. I get it. I understand. And now he is moving on. If EO turns around tomorrow and makes a video using that same argument as his main point, it is what it is. Fine. If you're gonna be like, yo, don't attack him, but be like, yo, it's a shit take, fine. Then EO didn't learn. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt as he is literally listening, not only in this chat, but in this fucking VOD to this person. Like, enough. I get it. If he makes a video tomorrow, yeah, by all means, man, EO, at that point, like, you're just not fucking listening. It is what it is. It just won't fucking get through. But clearly he's listening. So what the fuck? Like, all right.
And
fuck me, bro. Holy shit.
Our feelings on how the game is progressing as, these metrics that we're pointing out as these things get more difficult for the players.
Yeah, absolutely.
One big part of it is your damage isn't stagnant.
Oh, fuck.
They make new sets that buff characters. Your builds also will progress over time as you continue to farm. They also release new characters that buff existing characters.
True.
Great example of this might be Orphe, who releases in a few weeks.
Cough.
Why'd you cough?
Another great example of this is the new support set, Moonlit Lullaby. I believe it's called.
What was that?
18 damage bonus on EX Special and Ultimate for 20 seconds. It's a fantastic set, and it buffs any team with a support agent in it. It's just strictly better swing jazz. It also allows a lot of Astra teams to put Astra Voice on another character and get similar, better performance.
I don't know how it affects the Bronze Legacy. It's going to be rough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
And that is not a skill thing, that's a knowledge thing. To know how to take advantage of these damage increases. Whether or not you know about this stuff is just going to be whether or not you're engaged in the community.
You're talking about Genshin or Zenless?
Zenless.
Okay.
But I mean, technically both.
Well, I only asked because like chat was talking about Genshin, so I thought they were responding to what you guys were talking about. I just got back.
Yeah. They were talking about Zenless in regards to like, or Jason was talking about the knowledge check.
Okay.
Your damage isn't stagnant, but knowing that your damage isn't stagnant is difficult. They're not going to advertise that you can put the new set on Astra and use Astra on someone else.
Okay.
Someone who left on Soldier Zero patch would be fine, while someone who left on 1.1 and has Jane probably can't even clear without having access to Vivian. And to somebody's point, I forgot who it was. It's very much of like a situational thing. We're at a point where we have these three specific miasma bosses, these three specific buffs.
Appreciate the follow, brother.
And how they've catered, to those, the units and how they set them up for the boss. Understandably, from ALG's perspective, right? And sorry, because I do want to bring in ALG's perspective. He is saying that this trend of it being catered towards X, Y, or Z is something of concern because it can take advantage or more of advantage on the player base.
Yeah.
As a whole, all of these little aspects.
For sure.
Yep.
Which also potentially includes the generalized trend of HP inflation.
A lot of the thing about Ishen right now is people are upset because they found out how good Ishen actually is because they stopped giving her a tailor-made buff.
Someone said, what's Jason's opinion on HP inflation in here? He doesn't like it. He said that months ago. Called it.
That is a large part of the complaints right now.
Let's put this on like 1.25 or.
I don't really know how to feel about that, but
I'll be on top.
Congrats! This is how good your set actually is.
Yesterday I asked people. I've actually had 2 community posts recently. Yesterday was asking if people like how much did your score decrease or increase on Deadly Assault, and also had a past one asking them how much they like Defiler on my community post. And on both of those posts, there is a fuck ton of people complaining about Miyabi, saying she feels terrible in this Deadly Assault.
Yeah, because it's anti-Miyabi.
It's not necessarily. She's fine on the
I'll say worse matchups than she's had before, right? Like these clearly aren't designed for her, and like I think
a large part of it is that they increased the minimum anomaly requirement when Yuzuha released. But other than that, Miyabi isn't exactly super disadvantaged on the Miasmic Fiend. It can't be frozen, but the anomaly buildup is so high that it kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're gonna do the damage anyway, which I think that goes into like some of the things that you were mentioning before with the knowledge checks or some of the options you have in the game.
Yeah. The other thing about Miyabi is most people don't really know how to play her optimally. Miyabi is the character with basically the highest possible damage variance.
Why have we not spoken?
Everyone has always been skated by going, "Oh, it's a lot of damage. Miyabi is very easy to play because you do so much damage," but it's not true.
Why have we not spoken earlier, brother?
It's just not true.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've spoken to Jaystern, but
brother, man, like I've spoken to him like in passing, but I'm like he's saying the things that I've been saying for the longest time. Like they sit here and argue with me as if I'm like brain dead. Like, why? I'm not.
I've seen you play gaming. I've seen you play jury.
I'm fucking talking about fighting games.
So like maybe your left brain is like gone.
Yeah,
it might be.
Crazy.
I'm not brain dead, so it's cool.
That's fucked up, dog.
It's probably how you say it. It could be how I say it. Yeah, it could be how I say it.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you this as someone who likes you. I think it's a combination of just. I think sometimes, like when we earlier, it's like the defining endgame thing. I'm like 90% sure we didn't define what endgame was in that call. And like the wording of that in itself just comes off like what the fuck is happening. I think it's just that you're not like saying it like what I don't know. I basically dropped the game. Culture gay after Jufufu. I don't know. I mean, listen, I know that Jaystern has an account from 1.7. When was Jufufu? But I think it's really a lot of the times it comes across very pro Corpa, and I don't think you mean to be pro Corpa, but it comes off very pro Corpa, very not the play. It's the player's fault, So I'm missing Yuzuha Aliceed. I mean, listen, man, if someone wants to use Rez's account, by all means. 2.0 second half Jufufu, got you, okay. Jaystern has a 1.7 account, which we'll go to. 1.7 second half that they'll talk about. But that's what I think it is.
And we kind of talked about this when it was just myself, EO, and Nyx, and to Jara, yes, Kate's in here as well. Kate came back. But to the points that we were talking about, we definitely didn't, do the best job of putting ALG in a place to where he could feel heard. And, in some respects, respected in some ways in terms of his takes and his feelings. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
That's how the lay of the land, or, the playing field kind of, the conversation was started.
I appreciate more people taking notice of the problems now, but these have been there since very early Zenless. The game's kind of always operated this way.
Yeah.
All these conversations get heavily derailed. The topic discussed slightly change every few minutes, so in the end, zero conclusion takeaways most of the time, in my opinion. Well, that's why I think there needs, like, Jaystern would probably be a perfect mediator, right? Jaystern's literally, like, fucking playing the game 24/7, knows everything, knows the calculations, know all that stuff. I don't know why
you need to be aware of it.
Aggro at the start. It's very clear why he was aggro at the start. I mean, like, and I like Josh. I think Josh is a great dude. I'll have him on my podcast respectfully. Josh took his video and completely like misinterpreted a big portion of the video, and it felt very disingenuous. So he came in like, what the fuck? Like, why is this happening? Because his video was very clear. That's my assumption. I can't speak for Average Luck Gamer. I can't speak for him. But if I saw my homie watch my video and it had that type of reaction, I'd be fucking pissed too. But I can't speak for the guy. That's why I assume. Disingenuous implies you misinterpreted with malice. I don't think that's the word you want to use. Maybe. Yeah, no, I guess you're right. Maybe not disingenuous. It just felt very, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. Fucking Josh will talk about it. Again, I mean, Josh is clearly saying in which that, he feels bad about the shit, so I'm not going to shit on him. Again, I like the guy, but disingenuous is, I know what Average Luck Gamer used in his VOD, like when we watched it. Unaware, I think it just, I don't know. I feel like it was misinterpreted. I feel like it was heavily misinterpreted. Whether it was done intentionally or not, I mean, you guys, that's up to your judgment or whatever. Misunderstood, misinterpreted, yeah, whatever the case may be. But that's how it seemed.
Which is the primary thing. I don't know, man.
Josh wasn't aggro. It's not guys. Dude, in the call, Average Luck Gamer said, "I'm sorry for coming in hot," and then they all said it's all good. Like, what do you like, bro? Or his inspiration? It's hard to say he's being disingenuous. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So disingenuous is not the right word, especially if Josh regrets it, because clearly he does. Because Josh isn't a bad human. Josh is not a bad guy. But like again, why are we bringing up the fact that he fucking came in aggro? Like, who cares? He came in aggro to his homies. They all cleared it out. It is what it is. It's the same shit. Like, we're bringing up EO's past take over and over again after we've established he changed it. Who the fuck cares? It's all good. You know, it's fine.
Waifu is eternal, meta is temporary. If you're only pulling something because you hear it's good, if you're pulling a Mindscape because you hear it's good,
for your wife.
or you think it's good, or it's good in the moment, that's not going to last. Characters aren't that different.
Yo, Jester, how much can I send you to buy that? I'm gonna purchase that quote from you, so I can use it.
Oh, all right. Meta is temporary. Waifu is eternal.
Yeah. How much can I buy that for?
Right. $100.
No way, bro. You gotta charge him like an M3 minimum.
I'm one Lucio.
There we go.
Bro.
But I think to add into what you're talking about, because I love having the conversations like these. To be honest, I feel with Zenless, it's one of those. How do I put it?
Okay.
Repeat what you said for me. I lost my train of thought. Like that last thing before Kate asked you about the waifu stuff, please.
There's not as big of a difference between characters as people imagine. Your Miyabi is not Miyabi level. She isn't a soul-destroying character that doubles everyone's damage. And I think people realize that now.
Okay.
That's one of the things I was saying.
Yeah.
I was also saying characters fall off, but if you like the character, make sure you like what you're pulling. Don't pull Mindscapes to chase meta. Pull Mindscapes because you like playing the character and you want to play more of them and have them be better.
Would you say there's a lot of misinformation when it comes to like the general player base and understanding how Zenless operates as a game? Because from my experience with interacting with the community, a lot of them treat it like other
people
gacha
know
games.
It's a character check, and that's the problem because they don't like the characters that are being character checked right now. That's why people are complaining about this update.
That's why
they don't like Alice and they don't like Seed or Anby or Haramasa. Haramasa is fine, but
when it was a Miyabi check for Bringer, no one complained.
And it's okay. Yeah,
because everyone liked Miyabi because she's.
Meanwhile, anyone playing
Alice
or Jane would just get fucked.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
A good reframe and like elaboration on a lot of like.
That's never was. It's the biggest cherry pick narrative. Wait, what do you mean? You don't think it was a Miyabi check with Deadly Assault? I pulled them to Jane Mindscape purely because I like her. That's valid, man. I wish I had Alice. Well, you just have bad taste right now. It is what it is. The guy coming out, Wu was the first male I'm actually gonna pull for. Yeah, he looks sick. No one's pulling characters that aren't good. Look at Lupa. That's like actually just insane. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. You know what I mean? Why are we watching videos not connected to Woo in the Woo category? Actually, you know what? This is the one time you actually have a fair point. Let's swap over to Zenless category. Absolutely. I started with Woo. Thank you for reminding me. All right, there we go. Bam, we're in the Zenless category. Good looks, brother. A lot of people pull Lupa. I don't let gacha revenue fucking change your mind, bro. Like, a lot of people pull for characters that they like, you know? What's wrong with Lupa? It is what it is. She's probably one of the most unique characters. She's on a scooter and someone's a big fucking mech. Yeah, and then he shows her fucking feet, bro. Let's calm it down. Let's calm it down.
Like
Let's calm it down, buddy. Let's calm it down, Gooner.
You still playing Genshin later? I will, but not on stream.
Bro, I'm supposed to play Act 1.
The story's actually pretty good in Genshin.
3 hours ago, bro.
I didn't expect this to happen. You know, I thought we were gonna like hop in, just me and you.
Yeah,
and
I don't think he doubled
everything. I only hopped in
because
I thought it was funny that y'all were like streamception with each other, and I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. Let's watch. You know, but it is what it is. But I don't know. Like I said, I like the conversation. I think it's a healthy conversation to have. I think it's something that, as Jay started mentioning, is something we should have been having a little bit ago. Which maybe we did try to have that a little bit ago, but I really don't think everyone is ever on the same page.
Yeah. Josh getting caught up in it, bro. I got fucking dislike bomb. Oh my gosh, my career's over, guys.
Yeah, Josh, you're cooked, man. You're gonna have to retire.
That shit was crazy when they told me that.
Oh, 7
I think
bro.
one of the real problems isn't necessarily HP inflation. We should be complaining about how limited matchups are. There's really no good reason for the Defiler to have a 25% anomaly damage resistance.
This boss is so ass.
We all agree on that.
There isn't a really good reason for that to be there.
Can I ask a question, EO, if you're still here? Like, I'm not like trying to be a dick, what did you disagree on? Like, what did you and Josh disagree? Again, I don't know. Like, I watched Josh's video, and it just felt very misinterpreted. Do you guys, do you guys just think ALG didn't like say it in a way that was digestible or understandable? Like, do you think that maybe like he could have done a better job explaining it? I personally thought it was fucking normal, but like I just don't know where the disconnect is at this point. Because even in the call, you speak about the fact that you don't necessarily disagree with it. But so I guess like my question is just where the fuck is this stemming from? You know, I don't know if Josh is in Cali, but just like what was the disagreement? You know, because I'm a little lost. I think this conversation's great. I think the other conversation was good, but I don't agree using HP inflation as the reason why the issues exist. I agree that the actual issue once we talked about it, but I didn't blame it on HP. Okay. Well, I think you could say that HP inflation is a part of the issue, though, right? I don't think did ALG. I don't know. Correct me if I did. I'm not watching this 5-minute video right now. I already watched it. I'm gonna give Josh a like because he's cute. I don't think he only mentioned HP inflation in his video, though. Like, I'm pretty sure he spoke about the fact that HP inflation is happening along with the units that you're using are not as much of a wide variety as previous. So I feel like it was a combination. Do you think that ALG and I also don't agree with the boss shilling thing entirely? I hate Defiler, but I think having a boss that catered towards fire, ice, rotate every couple weeks is healthy. I mean, do you think it's healthy to the extent that they're doing it now in this patch, though? I feel like this is the biggest patch where there's been the biggest piece of criticism about it. I think you could boss shill. I just think the level of shilling and the restrictions, like, there comes a time where, you know, if you just pulled X character on a rerun or something and now you can't fucking use them at all, I think from a player perspective, it just feels pretty shitty. Okay, base, that's true, but HP, of course, does not matter entirely, but it's a part of it. Yeah, I think HP is a part of it. I'm sure EO agrees on that. I think this specific DA is the worst one, and that's why everyone is speaking out Defiler, plus only miasma bosses, 2 of them being ice res is dog shit. But yeah, I think I'm with Jason. 90% of the bosses were Caldon weak since DA jump off. Okay. I guess, like, to me, from an outsider looking in, because look, I stopped playing the game because I just think it's fucking restrictive. I don't want to play another game like that. I think the gameplay's fun as fuck. I don't want to play another Genshin Impact. I already go back to Genshin Impact somewhat. That's why I stopped playing HSR. As an outsider looking in, as a whole, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like it stemmed off of the misinterpretation with Jashua's side. And I think your original stream title is very, very, you were being lied to about HP inflation. I'm not blaming this situation on you guys. I'm talking about not the ZZZ power creep, but this whole cluster of conversations, I think, spawned from the fact that, like, so many different, like, quote unquote narratives or opinions are being put out there. But it seems like you guys are on some sort of level-headed ground and level-headed understanding. But the communication was just fucking god-awful. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, because it's pretty fucking... I think it's pretty straightforward. I feel like... Guys, am I missing the mark here? Like, am I wrong? Like, I don't know. From Poop Bernice in our engine only for it to get crept by Vivian? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, shit happens. Easy. My 3 miasma enemies, 2 enemies have ice res, new boss issues, prefer specific attack agency, fucking anomaly. Yeah, you're just being punished for playing into the category that was super fucking heavily shilled. I think punishing the players because of the fact that you are now rotating it to make more money is just ass, right? I think it's fine if the game shows elements, but if they show class attack, yeah. Now watch me clear on Jason's community account. Yeah, I think you got like a 19,000. Is that correct? Is that correct? But like, what does you clearing prove? This is a genuine question. This is not, we popped 20K at the end. Okay. But like, what does a person who plays the game consistently, like you struggled, right? And then you got the clear. This is a genuine question. This is not me putting you in a gotcha moment. I just don't understand what that proves. Like if you completed it after a couple tries with an account of, the way I look at it, if this account started 1.7 second half, Hugo, Lighter, and the furry boy, a person who's played the game for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and is up to date with the meta, consistently makes content on it and whatnot, struggled and then got the clear. To me, it's like, okay, I could see that this is a problem and this should not be trending in that direction. So I don't know if, like you're saying, just to watch it because like it's a cool thing, or it was into Ice Res. Well, those are the characters he had though. That's don't you think that's the problem? This is the character that is occurring. This is the characters that he had readily available on that account. So to me, it kind of like proves the point of, he's pointing out that the characters being important to clear, but we agreed on the boss being too restrictive with all the limiters. It was also about gauging where an account ready for endgame should be look like. For sure. So, oh, give me 1 second. My little brother's calling me. What's up, buddy? Why, my bad, boys? Give me 1 second. Hold on. All right, my bad. Just making sure my little brother's okay. Okay. Yada yada yada. Is anyone struggled with these endgame if you don't go hard against strengths or boss? I doubt it. Well, that's a fucking dumb thing to doubt. People are literally struggling with it. I don't understand. That's like a fucking dumb thing to say, but okay. Scatter. The point is, where should an account be? All of us agreed, including ALG, that a player should have at least good/better average builds to accomplish the end game modes. Okay. Yeah. Do you think if the game continues to go in this direction, it's a bad sign? I think is like a thing. I'm a day one player, and this DA was the first one I couldn't clear. I have well-built and invested units, and I have a decent understanding of mechanics and gameplay as well-invested disc. Sure, you can skill issue, but I don't think that's fair. Oh, I agree with you, Dams, 100%. 1,000%. Yeah. Literally, for sure. Yeah, it's not a situation where you just, like, accept whatever. Like, at that point, I would uninstall and stop fucking playing the game as well. 100%. It's just not it's bad for the community. It's just not good, right? They're milking the players for money at the end of the day. Oh, what up, Jay? Bro, it's like people complain in WoW that they claim TOA because they mash button at some point. Yeah, I'm not getting one got by you. It's a mixture of things. If we get more DAs like this, that's ass. If we get DAs like the past few, it's fine. I think they should drop one character per patch instead of 2 and work on more A ranks like Genshin. Sure. I guess the thing is though, like, apparently the next DAs are going to be exactly like this. And then supposedly, do we have data on the one following that? Like, the next DA is supposed to be very similar to this. And that's why I think it's just very important to point these things out now. So, we do? Okay, how's the one after that? How are the next two, not 100% accurate data, just guesses? Just guesses. Okay. I guess we'll see. The next DA will be a bit easier. C plus Orpheum about a fucking crush next. You can look it up in Hakushin? Okay. I guess we'll have to see. I think if, at the end of the day, my biggest takeaway is that clearly this is a fucking problem. I think everyone agrees it's a problem. I think instead of nitpicking about what people think is the problem, I think everyone should just get together, share their fucking perspective, and be like, okay, this is the problem. What is the solution? How do we fucking solve it? And what should we do moving forward? Regardless of seeing it's bad right now, it should be pointed out to the devs. I can kill the bosses, but the community can't. Let's give feedback. Exactly, Osseo, 100%. Also, welcome in, baby. Exactly. For sure. If Dam's accounts can't do it, if other accounts can't fucking do it, and nothing has changed, It is what it is. It's not nitpicking saying it's a problem just to get results. Or at least I'm not. Wait, Tillian, you I think you misinterpreted what I said, but it's okay. So yeah, I'm not saying nitpicking thing. I'm not arguing with you about something. All is you argue with them, not me. What is Vic talking about? What is this shit? What is happening? You still think that's okay? Vic, Vic, you've missed the whole point, man. You've missed like the whole conversation. EO has already discussed in which that sharing videos that are exclamation point come is valid. Yeah, no. We've established this already. EO established this. I've established it. Jay Stern's established it. You already missed it, Vic. At the end of the day, posting challenge runs does not help. Saying it's a skill issue because someone does a challenge run, we've all established that, including EO. So yes, he might have tweeted it before. It is what it is. Just fucking move on from it. That's we've literally established this. I understand you came in late, but I'm asking people to be respectful. No, he's not defending it. He's literally not. Like he legitimately said he's not after he had a conversation with Jay's turn. So yeah.
There isn't a good reason for Notorious Dead End Butcher to take less days and damage unless he is disordered. These are mechanics that shouldn't be here. They should not be increasing enemy defense on new enemies for rupture characters. The hostile design that makes characters fundamentally do less damage isn't good. But if they want to make one character do some extra damage, that's more acceptable.
Hassan, react 1 second.
Is that defense thing confirmed, by the way? I didn't keep up with it.
Are you partnered?
Yeah.
Then don't worry about it.
All right, cool.
Same here, unfortunately.
I think it answers the question.
Yeah, this is my question.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro.
It also kind of rings hollow that they sold a support that increases anomaly app. The update that they decided you need to apply more anomaly to apply an anomaly. That's a little frustrating and kind of a really bad look. And people really aren't complaining about that, which is also strange.
I think it's because anomaly's like a circle, so it's like you never really know what the fuck you're doing with it.
No, I think it's just because it's chill. Like that is the like comp to run. Everyone wants to know. It's the best thing in the game. Blah blah blah.
No, I think it's
what I
because
missed.
People that change is not easily apparent. That they sold a support that increases anomaly app. The update that they decided you need to apply more anomaly to apply an anomaly. That's a little frustrating and kind of a really bad look.
Absolutely.
And people really aren't complaining about that, which is also strange.
Look, I think we give too much leeway to the games. I absolutely fucking do. Including Wuwa at times. We give way too much. Wuwa gets more leeway because they've been pretty responsive. But I'm very frustrated with the game at the moment. Calling it out is okay. The visceral reaction from communities, and when creators downplay it, and then villainize anyone who speaks out about it, creates a worse fucking environment, and then the game turns into slop, and everyone winds up quitting. It happened with Genshin. It happened with Star Rail, and I pray to fucking God it doesn't happen with ZZZ. I've been saying this shit for months. I've been saying it for months as well. On my YouTube, you can go watch. My ZZ videos got completely brigaded. It is what it is. Everyone said, don't worry. You can't go by the Hoyo formula. And I hope in 2 to 3 months it gets fixed. Because the better the games are, the better it is for the space. But I don't know what you want, man. You know? Auto clear endgame, move on. Yeah, Joe, I don't really give. Man, you don't see an issue.
I think it's because anomaly's like a circle, so it's like you never really know what the fuck you're doing with it.
No, I think it's just because it's chilled. Like that is the
okay.
comp to run. Everyone wants anomaly. It's the best thing in the game. Blah blah blah.
No, I think it's just because people that change is not easily apparent.
Still coping? Yeah, I was coping for a while, and then I was like, "This is okay. This is too much."
That change is not easily apparent. People don't know that you require more anomaly. They don't know that this changed. They don't know that it happened at the exact same time that Yuzuho was introduced.
Yep.
It might not be a bad idea for some enemies to have higher anomaly requirements, because that is a way to shift matchups semi-organically, and makes it so not all teams play, or your team doesn't play the same in every encounter. But I don't know. It's kind of complicated, because you do want characters and teams to play around an encounter, or you want to play differently in each encounter.
Oh, fuck.
You don't want characters to have the exact...
Yeah, I think we kind of got to the bottom of it, man.
Why is she here?
EO gets the clear at the end.
We got Hugo's Engine, we got Ishan's...
I feel like we've
18
kind
days
of...
for Genshin?
HSR is absolutely worse. HSR is 1000% worse.
Matchup, if you will.
It's not even comparable at the moment. However, the trajectory they're going on is comparable. But HSR is absolutely fucking worse. So I think he got 20,000 right here.
Most players don't have the time to sit here for hours doing.
I just think that overall, all in all, gacha spaces, gacha community, whether it's creators, including myself, and the community to be more open to criticisms as opposed to just fucking shitting on anyone immediately. And I'm not saying EO and Joshua shitted on someone, although I think Josh definitely misinterpreted his video quite a bit, but I don't think that was intentional. When we talk about these issues, it shouldn't just be a fucking thing where it's like, oh my god, you're a dumb fucking bitch, you're a dumb Korobot, yada yada yada, whatever. I think these games need to legitimately we need to have better discussions. This is a step in a good direction. I think we fucking cover this as much as we can. Like, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and watch everything. You know, there's just too much shit to watch. So yeah. Any other thoughts? Any closing thoughts? I feel like we're all good. EO, anything you think I did that misrepresented you or anything like that? I feel like I've been extremely fair about this whole situation. Give me a word if you feel otherwise. I think at the end of the day, you guys are kind of just like missing the mark in the beginning of the conversation. You speak with Jay Stern. It is what it is. I think sometimes both of you were not really conveying maybe what you meant at times. Average Luck Gamer was frustrated. But overall, I think we got it down. We're good? So, no, I mean, listen, man, I hope it doesn't, but... Big thumbs up. Looks cool. Is he meta? Well, I mean, I think we're good. I don't have anything else to disagree. I think everything was pretty chill here, except folks compared to HSR. No, it's definitely not HSR right now, but like I could easily see it going. This is like the HSR route, though, right? Like this is the HSR route. It's not. I hope it doesn't get to that point, but I think it's fair to have concerns in which that it could get to that point, especially with apparently I think the next character, the next big boss that's coming out might be like super catered towards fucking Yishuan and shit or some bullshit. Very level-headed Asmongold replacement. Well, don't get me in the political sphere. I'm good on that shit. Yeah, I think that was some good coverage. I think overall I'm the greatest content creator of all time. It is what it is. Awesome, love that. Holy fuck, that's good. Am I gonna just upload a 3-hour fucking VOD? Like Jesus Lord, what do I saved the gacha community. Yeah, I'll do it again. YouTube, I'm going to end stream here. Guys, I appreciate you for coming here from YouTube. You guys are the best. Thank you for hanging out. I love you boys. I'll see you YouTube in the next one. Thank you. We're still live on Twitch for a couple more minutes. Love you guys. Mwah. Okay. Let me end stream on YouTube real quick so I could play.